Because on this day,
Yes.
45 years ago,
Get out of town. Get out of here.
the Cars released their self-titled debut studio album featuring My Best Friend's Girl, Let the Good Times Roll, and that one, Just What I Needed.
All right, Carrie, get ready for some farting around here.
All right, serious farting around.
All right, Just What I Needed. I like to
Yes.
look these up in the morning. Described as a new wave power pop song with a hard rock punch.
Yes.
Okay.
The song's opening riff. Get ready. Find the Ohio player, or excuse me, Ohio Express. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Did they steal it, or is
Remember
it
that? I got love in
homage?
my tummy.
Yeah, Ohio
Well,
Express.
so the song's opening riff was borrowed from Yummy, Yummy, Yummy by the Ohio Express. There it is.
Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can
On
certainly
purpose? That's on
yeah,
purpose?
yeah. So you can certainly hear that. It also features a prominent keyboard riff performed by Greg Hawkes. The lyric "Wasting All My Time" is a reference to, get the Velvet Underground out,
Oh,
Sister Ray by Velvet Underground, a band that Rick Ocasek says they were always one of my favorites. It's mainly just the lyric, "Wasting All My Time." Sister Ray is a great song.
17 minutes long.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I'm not going to be able to find the lyric.
They cooking for the downfire. Who's staring at me sway on? Who's busy licking up a big man?
Well, it is said about the Velvet Underground, their first album,
Searching
that
for my main line.
that very few people heard the first album, but those who did hear it all formed bands.
Oh, it was inspirational.
I was searching for my main line, but I couldn't hit it sideways. I love this man. It's such a- And then, in 2003, Fountains of Wayne copied the Cars' take on the riff for their song "Stacy's Mom."
Oh,
Yeah, I can. Yeah, a
There
little.
it is.
I mean,
little
Oh, that sounds exactly
that,
like
that
the
right
Cars.
there, yeah. Wow.
And this is all intentional. As a matter of fact, Rick Ocasek said the opening was a sample, and Fountains of Wayne got it just right.
A lot of good songs on that.
Isn't that an interesting little
Old
dive
record.
in that
let the
song-
good times roll.
That one song, man.
Let the good times roll. Let them knock you around.
The car, you can always tell, hey, that's the Cars.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
exactly.
Let them make you a clown.
45 years old.
Get out of here. Not true.
Let them brush you rock and roll. Let the good times roll.
Rick Ocasek was found dead September 15th, 2019 by
Best
his
friend's girl.
estranged wife, Paula Porizkova.
You like a song with clapping?
Hand clapping is almost always get me.
Always dancing
They have a couple of them
with this way
with the clapping.
By the way, the dispute between Rick Ocasek's estate and Paulina Porizkova has been settled. Porizkova commenting, "They gave me what's mine under New York state law, and now we're done."
Okay, good.
I think she was fighting with two of his sons.
the starry sky. I kinda like the way she dips. She's my best friend's girl. She's my best friend's girl. But she used to be mine.
Apparently, Rick Ocasek did a spoken word album called, where is it again? I just lost it. Gerzintak.
Gesundheit.
with Alan Vega and Gillian McCain. It's a German
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that at all.
That's, well, Gina, you know, it's like you to not be interested in something that you haven't heard. You ought to make your decision on that before you, after
Well,
you
then I
hear
don't
it.
have to waste time with it.
Well, I guess that's true.
I didn't realize how many good songs there are on this album.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
Bye bye love.
And this is their first album.
I don't know, Gina.
What?
I'm looking at the track list for that album, the spoken word album. There are 26 cuts. The last cut being Everyone is Effed. The cut before that, Shoot the Effer.
Oh, so he's working some stuff out on
I
this?
guess. I don't know. I'm
Sounds
going
like
to have to go listen to it.
Sounds like he's working some stuff
We
out.
were finding out why Paulina left. Man,
Track 7, Smell War.
No, I stand by my statement.
Track
that I
9,
would not care. for
Judith
this.
in Disgust.
This sounds like therapy. Rick's therapy session.
they just recorded it and released it as an album.
Number 14, Attempted Suicide.
Yeah, I mean,
There it is.
Number 15, And Jesus Said That Whores Will Be the First to Enter the Kingdom of Heaven.
this is therapy.
I gotta go find this and listen to it.
See, you read all that, and I want to stay far away from it, and you
And I'm
want to
intrigued.
run.
I'm intrigued.
Run to
You
it.
want to keep your good memories of the cars.
Now we
Gina,
haven't
I'm intrigued, and that's why I have life experience and you do not.
life experience.
Yes. You were saying?
No, I'll just leave it.
No, you were gonna say something else there.
Oh well, we were going to fart around about something else, but I don't think we have time. Perhaps it will come up later.
What was
yeah.
it?
Well, we'll
Hang,
give.
hang on to that.
Okay, we'll hang on to it.
Hang on to that. 'Cause it's kind of interesting, I think, anyway.
Kind of.
Yeah.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Well, okay then.
All right, 6:13. Let's start so we can end.
We'll take a break. Guess what? I think our phones work today. Well,
We'll
Let's
give them a
find out.
workout.
I'm not going to count on it. They worked by the end of the day yesterday, but 877-602-9696, that's the number. You can call and check in with the Radio from Hell show. We like to hear from you in the morning. It helps us get going, and it's just, it's just a little pat on the back between us. We'll pat you on the back, you pat us on the back, and we'll have a nice time.
All right.
877-602-9696, or you can text us 33986.
HasterGames.com is the website, but you really should go down to the location. They've been there as long as I can recall, and I have a pretty good memory. 6831 South State Street. Father's Day, graduation coming up. If you need gift ideas, Haster has it. They specialize in the tabletop role-playing games, your Pokemons, your Magics, your Dungeons and Dragons, your miniatures, your dice, all that great stuff. Also, traditional board games for the family, but go down and talk to them about these role-playing games because they're suddenly popular. Who knew? The rest of us have been playing them forever, and now we're glad you discovered it, so go on in. Pokemon's newest set, Paldea Evolved, is releasing on Friday, June 9th. Haster will have packs, boxes, and ETBs of this exciting new set available on release day. Stock is fairly limited, so get there early. Once they're gone, they're gone. Lord of the Rings-themed Magic the Gathering set is coming out on June 23rd, and Haster will have several pre-release events beforehand to welcome in the set. Visit the store on June 16th and 17th to experience the fantastic new set. Check out the cards and play games and win prizes. The event sign-ups begin on both days at 5 p.m., and the tournament begins at 6 p.m. Stop by the store or visit HasterGames.com for more details and to pre-register for the event. Haster has its 66 Yeah, 6831 South State, Haster Games.
Flay. Flay. Spell it with me now. F-L-A-Y. And now we'll use it in some dialogue as LeVar and LeGrand have gone to the food court at the mall for lunch. Again, the word is flay.
Oh, I am full. That was a mighty good meal, LeVar.
Pretty good.
Hey, you think that me having a large order of chili cheese fries at the A&W was good for me?
Well, I don't know if it's good for you or bad for you, but you eating them is bad for me. I mean, we're going to have to drive home with the windows of the pickup rolled down for sure. What a smell.
Sorry. Well, I wonder if them fries was good for Mart. I'm kind of getting chest painy since I ate them.
Probably just some big old gas bubble trapped near your left ventricle. You know, you should have what I had for lunch. A hard, healthy sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Eating them fries was worse for you than eating a big old hunk of filet mignon. All that fry grease is going to go right to your arteries.
Oh, hey, how come they call a filet mignon a filet mignon?
I don't know. I guess because it's a flame-broiled piece of meat that is so thick and heavy that when you eat it, you get sleepy and start to yawn. Therefore, i.e. and etc., a filet mignon.
Oh, filet mignon.
Yeah, filet mignon.
Ooh, looky here. Here's a blood pressure machine here to the drugstore in the mall. Let's see. Let's pop in a quarter, and I'll check my blood pressure. See if them fries has pushed it up any.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sort of not feeling too
Put
good.
the quarter in there, then. Go.
You'll have to squeeze your forearm a little. You must be absolutely still, but relaxed during the test.
What's it mean it's going to squeeze your arm there?
What's it doing now? It's like clamped down on me like some kind of ferocious animal.
I don't know. Oh, my God, what's this flashing light mean?
I don't know, but I
It's
think
flashing real fast.
it feels like my heart is starting to speed up really fast.
You don't look so good, LeGrand.
I'm feeling kind of weak and pale like.
What? You're pale. You're drooling. What's wrong with you?
I'm not feeling too well. Get my arm out of here.
I can't get your arm out. It's stuck on there.
Can't take this anymore. It's squeezed my arm too hard. I'm feeling faint. Everything's going kind of flat.
Somebody call the paramedics.
The test is finished. I will display the results. You may remove your forearm. I didn't get enough information that time to give you accurate readings for everything. If you want to try again, push the start button to begin the test.
No fetching way. I'm not going through that again.
You said you didn't get it right the first time.
I'm not going through that again. Let's just run over to the Chick-fil-A and get me a soft serve ice cream.
Okay.
Hello, sailor boy.
Son, the letter from your sea dog son.
My son Festus. And actually, this one isn't for me. As you can see here, x96.com/live, it is addressed to the FOPs. This comes to us from the Recruit Training Command in Great Lakes, Illinois. Dear FOPs, it says, I just received some of your letters, so I needed to extend a huge thank you. In boot camp, letters really are like Christmas presents after a long day of push-ups, cleaning the floor that's without a doubt already clean, and wearing camouflage that seems to serve no real purpose as everything around here is bright white. But as my mother has told you, the lack of knowledge on the outside world is frustrating to no end. So updates that you sent me really helped out. Peterbilt Brian, I was deeply concerned when I read about your truck stuck in the mud incident. I sincerely hope it's been unstuck. Abby, thank you to your husband for his service in the Air Force. You know, the Air Force doesn't have as many planes as the Navy. In your face, he says. But I am upset that you told me about Katy Perry's new baby without bothering to tell me the name. I will require a follow-up here. Paul, my boots won't shine either. No matter how hard I shine them, they just seem to get more dull. And having shiny boots is apparently a very big deal here. Thank you for taking the time to write me when there's way much better way to spend your time. Although, who are you kidding? You're just watching YouTube all day. Anyway, I graduate in 25 days, this says. This is how long it takes to get mail, because he's supposed to graduate on Thursday. Thank you for the updates. Take care of my sweet mother. And most importantly, remain seated. Signed, Festus. Also, thank you to Carter and Laura and Buddy. And I just got a text from his wife who said he needs your extra good thoughts today because it's his final PT test today, his final physical training test today. And if he's even off by 2 seconds, he's got to stay. He's got to stay an extra 3 weeks. Bill, he asked for positive thoughts.
He's going to be home. He'll be home. They're going to drum him out. They'll drum him out.
That is not positive thoughts.
It's my prediction. He will be home for Thanksgiving.
If he passes the physical test today, which is like running and
jumping.
Yeah. And then here's the exciting thing. Battle Stations is tomorrow. Now, Battle Stations, it's a simulated ship, so it's not like out on the water actually, but it's a ship that they, to your battle stations, and you have to go through what a regular day in the life of being on the ship would be. But it's
All right, 6:21. Let's get this over with.
Well, maybe the phones aren't working.
We tested.
There's a fire down in.
Well, then there's no excuse. 877-602-9696. Call now. Check in with the radio from El Joe.
Fire.
They'll yell things like,
delay that number. Gina?
You owe $10,000 or more in back taxes,
Is
multiple
he ever going to have,
filed years.
does he have to climb the rigging and trim the sails?
I don't know. And it's like 12 hours where they have to
already
go
risen
through what it's like
just
to be,
before 6 a.m.
and they throw
today.
every
The sun
bad
will
thing
set
that can
at
happen at it.
8:56 p.m.
Man
The
overboard, whatever they
moon
got.
is a waning gibbous moon.
So
Can you still see
if
it?
we're ever in a simulated war, we'll win.
Percent of full, and it will set today at 8:06 a.m.
Good
today
thoughts
being
for him for his physical
Tuesday.
test today.
It's the 6th
and
day of June in the year of our Lord
tomorrow,
Jesus
and if
Christ,
all goes well, he
2023.
graduates.
And this is
on
National
Thursday.
Drive-In Movie Day.
And
then he
marks the
ships
day when America's
And
first
then he
drive-in
goes to
theater
Medics
was
School.
opened
fills his duffel bag
in the
and
state of New
ships out
Jersey.
home.
And I forgot to write down the date, but I think it was the early
So the
1900s.
flag that will be flying over
I remember
the Utah
going
State
to a
Capitol
drive-in
on
movie.
Thursday.
And
The
movie playing
for him.
behind us
Remember
was
I told
Saturday
you that
Night
you
Fever,
can sponsor a
which was
flag,
rated R.
and then they take
And
the
I
flag
remember I
down
kept
and send it
turning
to you.
around.
Now I've already paid for it,
What was
so
the
like
movie
if he
you were
doesn't
at?
graduate
I can't
this
remember,
week,
but I remember that there was a rated R
do I get a
movie on
flag
another
refund?
screen that I was
No, you wanted to see. It was probably out there at the North
For
Star
myself.
Drive-In.
I can put it,
North
I've
Star
got my
Drive-In,
flags
was it?
back here.
I
could just put a big
don't know
one
where it was, but I
right
just remember
there.
going, there's a rated R.
But we're very close.
This is the Passion Pit edition
If he does
of the
all
show
that
for
and
people who
graduates
feel
on
like
Thursday,
hell in
he'll
the morning.
get his phone back,
It's called
so
a
I can
drive-in
actually
movie theater.
talk to him.
It's Radio from Hell, starring the Sons of the Soil,
We
the
have
Lords
yet to
of
talk
Morning Radio.
about-
Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. Katie for short is our producer, and Jay and Dawson are helping out with the production of this so-called radio show. And now, we'll go to your check-ins if there are any.
877-602-9696. We got Heather, Louise, and Clementine the cat checking in from Harrisburg, PA. Let's see, Johnny B checking in. Okay, we got to get an update on the house.
Great.
There's two sub panels and a meter-based combo unit that are waiting for me to organize and connect the wires to their respective terminals and install the breakers today. This is one of my favorite aspects of the build.
Wow, it sounds complicated.
Let's see. Been listening since high school. Graduated in 2000.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, whoever you are. On my way to work up north from Salt Lake. Not a fan of the sulfur smell every morning as we pass the refinery. The guy in my van pool says there's a hot spring around there, and that's why. I think it's because the refinery doesn't maintain their scrubber systems.
No,
you guys know why it smells so bad.
There are hot springs in that area.
Really?
If you look carefully, there's even a place. There used to be a sign that said, "There's a Hot Springs Road." Is right.
Oh.
There's a road right there somewhere.
I always assumed it was just that's how the refinery smelled.
No, that's
I always refer to that area as the free fart zone.
yeah.
Didn't you used to live close to that?
Traffic guy used to do that. That's right.
Free fart zone.
The free fart zone.
Let's see.
Rebel Rabbit checking in. Who we need to know more about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gina, the old children's museum there on
Victory
Road, or right in there. There used to be a swimming pool before it was the Children's Museum called the Hot Springs Plunge.
Oh, all right.
There are hot springs all around there.
All right. Well, since no one's calling,
I don't think the phones work.
we can stretch out our farting around.
Oh,
This is the other thing you were
Include the
talking
other
about?
thing, yes.
What is it?
it's a tragedy.
Oh. What's her name? Astrud?
Astrud Gilberto,
Yeah.
The girl from
the
Ipanema.
girl from Ipanema, has died at the age of 83. Her son Marcelo confirmed it. Cause of death not disclosed.
Well, she was 83. Oh, yeah, this was written by Jobim. Antonio Carlos Jobim. The very famous in this. What do they call this kind of music? Not calypso. It's called...
Is it a samba?
something like that.
It's kind of like
She never intended to be a singer.
really
Her vocals on The Girl from Ipanema occurred by accident this
by
says.
accident
She tripped and fell into a
into a recording studio.
American saxophonist, who you can hear right there.
That's
Stan-
Stan Getz.
Stan Getz first recorded the English version of the song, which was inspired by lust for another woman, Heloisa Pinheiro, a Rio native who took daily strolls past the bar while he was
and
playing.
that's what he
Yeah.
wrote about.
Yeah.
That's the song. Oh.
Astrud offered to sing on the English version of the track after heading to the studio to watch her husband at work. I'll sing it, she said.
She says, I can sing in English.
Yeah. And that's what they needed. They needed an
Bossa
English.
Nova. That's what it
Bossa
is.
Nova, yeah.
Bossa Nova music.
She earned just $120 for this.
This?
Yep.
You know, I blame it on the bossa nova.
$120. That's all she
That's a
got
crime.
for
That's
that.
in the long list of crimes in the music industry. That's
Yeah.
that's up there. Let's see. MedTech M checking in from the freshly cleaned home office. We'll be listening to the Cars after the show. Thanks for the opener. Oh, that whole album. The road is called Springs Road, and there is also one of the largest sewage processing plants directly across from the Chevron refinery. That also happens to be directly across from Warm Springs Road.
Lots of reasons it stinks over there.
Oh, yeah, not Hot Springs Road, Warm Springs Road.
Isaac here. I love watching my beautiful nurse wife Stephanie every morning get ready to save lives.
We do, too.
While she listens to you guys Monday to Friday.
We love watching her, too.
What happened to 93.6?
Oh,
I don't know.
you mean 96.3?
You mean 95.9? I don't know.
Don't know what you're...
We're 96.3.
Check it out.
Yeah.
What were we when we started?
96.1?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
96.
And before that, it was, well,
Bunches.
that becomes a whole thing.
That's a story.
There was a time when we had 3 signals.
You had to change your radio as you drove from Ogden to Salt Lake to Provo. And people did it.
And they did it.
3 lousy signals.
One of them was Bob,
What's Bob?
100.7.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was one of them.
That was one of them.
Was that the Salt Lake one?
Mm-hmm. It must have been.
And then there was one in Provo that was 90-something. And then in up north, it was 95.5.
95.5 up north, yeah.
If you wanted to listen to this, you had to change it 3 times.
Of course, we could always listen to 1490 KJQ in Ogden.
A good friend of mine has something like 200 different recordings of Girl from Ipanema. I had no idea there were so many.
And why would you want them all?
What do you collect? I collect recordings of the song The Girl from Ipanema. Maybe your friend could find the one that's in the Blues Brothers. It's a Muzak version. It's when they get on the elevator. On the elevator going up. And
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
It's got the flute. Traffic, Gina, please.
It's a quiet drive so far this morning. No accidents or delays. Perhaps that will change. I hope it doesn't. I think that a nice commute should be enjoyed by all. If you are not enjoying it, if something is upsetting you, you can text us 33986. Become a nurse in just 32 months at Nightingale College, blending online classes with on-ground supervised field experience, virtual college, actual nursing. Start your nursing journey at nightingale.edu. Now accepting enrollment for fall semester.
Thank you very much. Coming up in the next break, all in the next break, you got Big Boy News and Frank Crist presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, our Dead Celebrity Game. We'll tell you how to play and what you can win coming up after some messages and a song. All right, stand by for that. Salt Lake Film Society.
Oh, it's the king of summer. So they did this last year and it was really fun, where they would put two movies against each other on the weekend. Only show them one time. You know, one chance to see these, and your ticket is a vote. You can also vote online at slfstix.org. Let's see what the movies are. Go to slfstix.org.
Well, this Friday. Oh, that's last week.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look those up.
Let me look those up real quick.
But you vote with your seat. You know, you buy a ticket, that's your vote, and then by the end of the summer, they'll crown the king of the cult film.
And you have a say in it.
At the end of the summer. Tickets of the entire summer lineup are on sale at slfstix.org.
Let's see. This weekend is Black Swan.
Is that Friday?
Okay.
On June 9th. And Perfect Blue, which I don't know Perfect Blue. I know Black Swan,
I think
but
it's a coming-of-age love story between two young women.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
But just if you go to slfs.org, they have the whole summer showdown list, and there's some great ones there. But like I said, they only show one time, so make sure you get your tickets and get them early. These do sell out Fridays and Saturday nights. Tickets with the entire summer lineup on sale at slfstix.org.
It is not. It is a Japanese animated psychological thriller.
Which makes sense, because Black Swan is a psychological thriller.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first.
Is this sponsored, Gina?
Brought to you by the Donut Critic.
It's Ben. Ben Criddle. What's your last name?
Lee.
Ben Lee. Ben, the donut critic. I know it's Ben, anyway. And Ben is here with the results of the big donut brackets you had. What did you call it?
The Utah Donut Championship.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, I introduced this. We had 32 shops that started in this bracket, and then we've worked it down. We're guessing that about 15,000 people voted for this. And so it's a significant amount that we're able to weigh in on what the best donut in Utah is, or donut shop at least.
Yeah.
So
we have 4 samples here.
Yeah, so I brought in the winner, but I don't want to announce the winner for a second because I want to talk a little bit about the Final Four because I feel like it was significant that it was more or less like the Salt Lake County versus Utah County donut rivalry. So on one side of the bracket for the Final Four on the donut bracket, it was Lehigh Bakery and Banbury Cross, both really classic and passionate fans.
Very traditional donut.
Yep, traditional bakeries. And then on the other side, maybe a little less traditional, we had Bismarck, which you all tried a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then we also had Donut Boy, which is out in West Valley, and I know a lot of people.
I don't think I've had that yet.
Yeah, it's they do have some traditional, but a lot of times they do some of the over top items, and so
these are those 4.
No, this is all the winner.
So this is the winner. So
I see. Okay.
So the winners for the Final Four that went to the Final 2, Bismarck Donuts, which I didn't think was a surprise because they were so good, especially hot and fresh. And then Banbury Cross, which, is a classic for Salt Lake.
Yeah. Now, I voted for Bismarck.
Okay. So the final, and we had, like I said, about 15,000 people weigh in on this. was, you want a drum roll? Exactly. Banbury Cross.
Yeah.
And I think they're just a deserving winner. They really are.
They're consistent.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
They have a drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important to Gina.
I
yes.
mean,
it's close to my house.
It matters.
I think that the thing that makes them the winner, though, is their consistency. So I feel like you go to some shops and you don't get the consistency that you get at Banbury. You have some donuts that kind of fall down, but I feel like Banbury on a consistent basis serves the community and serves up a good donut.
The cinnamon crumb never lets me down at Banbury.
Right, and I'm looking at Gina's plate, and that was the first one.
First one I ate.
Yeah. So
this one she won't eat. This is a maple bar.
I'm anti-maple bar. I'm sorry.
No, and that's totally fine. I feel like the one thing that is good about the maple for Banbury, though, is it's really subtle. So it's not that dark, rich maple that you sometimes get at the grocery stores. I feel like it is like more subtle and more of an icing, but to each your own.
No, aren't maple bars though? Aren't they? People either love them or hate them.
For the
not
most
iffy
part.
about a maple bar.
For the most part,
I don't know how anybody could hate.
I
a maple
hate
bar.
maple bars.
I don't. You can't hate a donut.
I don't hate the donut part of it. I hate the maple part of it. I like the donut part of it.
You cannot hate it. You may dislike it.
No,
but
I
you
hate
can't,
it.
You can't.
I'm morally opposed.
I think
to
of
it.
I think of the maple bar as kind of the Tom Petty of donuts. It's like, nobody hates them, no one loves. I don't know any real fans, but no.
Oh, they're definite fans. I feel like they're very passionate. Those that love those maple bars.
Now that the one that I'm not crazy about, I don't hate it, is the what is it? That's not raspberry.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
I like that one.
I like the blueberry.
I don't like the icing on the blueberries.
Is this the one that you like, Gina?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the cinnamon crumb.
I can see. Yeah.
So for those of you that haven't tried Banbury, I basically gave the 4 donuts that you should have in every box, in my opinion. So if you're wanting to share them with your family or friends or your coworkers, always have a cinnamon crumb in there. Always have a blueberry, have their maple bar, and then have their chocolate. And I feel like those are the 4 donuts that would represent everything of Banbury.
Do you consider a fritter a donut?
I do consider a fritter a donut, but I don't think that they have the best fritters there. I feel like other donuts there are tops.
I mean, these are good donuts. They're as you said, consistent.
This chocolate is superb.
But all the other ones that you have brought us, I think are superior.
So
honestly,
you like a more interesting.
I like an interesting take on a donut as opposed to the good old glazed.
Yeah. So one thing I will say too, because a lot of people that have talked to me about going to Banbury for the first time, they're talking about how they're not that sugary compared to some of the other donuts, and maybe not over the top.
Yeah.
And that is part of the benefit too. Is I can eat maybe 1, 2 like immediately and not feel sick.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's the everyday donut, not necessarily like the top.
Special
over the top donut. Yes.
I don't have an everyday donut.
You need an everyday donut, Bill.
No, I know I don't.
Have an-
Believe me, I don't. I have a maybe once every couple of months donut.
An everyday donut.
But they are expanding, so they have a Centerville store now, and they are opening a Layton one in May.
Really?
Banbury is?
Yep. So they're really making some moves, and
I'm
think
surprised it's taken them this long, really, to franchise.
I think they had full capacity for the longest time, and they thought this is great. We're serving the community. Why do we need to do anything else? And then I feel like they've just felt a need to.
Has it? Has it been the same owner forever and ever?
It is.
How long have they been in business? Do you know?
So they have been in business since 1986, and a lot of people ask about their name. The Banbury nursery rhyme goes with the rocking horse, but there wasn't any other connection other than they like the nursery.
Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross.
We've stirred up the whole maple bar controversy in the texting.
You feel strongly about.
You can't hate a donut.
Here's someone maple bar with bacon bits, so good. I love a maple bar with ice cold OJ. Ooh, that's too much for me. Thank you.
That's a lot of sugar.
And I hate maple bars.
Yep.
Is another one.
You love them or hate them. I don't think you're iffy.
Gina,
about
there's
the
no
maple
cheese in maple bars.
I'm iffy about maple bars. I don't love them.
Yeah.
I don't ever buy them.
I would say for the longest time growing up, I hated maple bars, but
really,
you have to find the right ones. Like I will not get them from the grocery store because it is that gross maple that I don't like.
Yeah.
Gross maple.
Well, congratulations on the participation in the bracket.
That's great that
Yeah, it
you
was
got
amazing.
so much turnout.
Yeah, this is the 5th year, and we're hoping for a good one next year as well.
All right. So next time we see you, Ben, the donut critic, you're not bringing donuts.
No, I'm going to be bringing tacos.
The donut critic and tacos?
Hey.
Can you do that?
He's branching out.
I think you can, Gina.
No, if you look at my feed, it's either burgers, tacos, or donuts. So,
Yeah.
All right, we'll do tacos next time.
And we need to do burgers, too.
yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
good.
we
All
will.
right.
We'll do
Thank
them
you, Ben.
all.
You can just go to Donut Critic on Instagram. That's the best place to go.
Yep,
right?
Donut Critic on Instagram or donutcritic.com.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you, Ben. Coming up, we do have big boy news and opinioendo. Then right after that, it's Frank Crist presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, our dead celebrity game. We'll give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are fine, just fine. One of them is dead. Pick the dead one, and you will win what?
Fork Fest tickets. It's the American Fork Fest. June 16th through the 17th. See dozens of bands, including Utah's own The Aces.
Nice. Fork Fest. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. The sooner you call, the better your chance to play. Frank Crist presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. Right after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by...
Baseco is the first name in foundation stabilization in Utah. Is that just a crack in your wall or a sign of a major issue? Level up with Baseco, Utah's highest quality foundation stabilization and repair. Schedule a free assessment today at baseco.net. That's BASECO.net.
Bijou Phillips says she was shocked and devastated by husband Danny Masterson's conviction last Wednesday on 2 counts of rape. A source close to the actress tells People magazine. Phillips has been married to Danny Masterson since 2011. The That 70 Show actor was convicted of 2 counts of rape last week by a jury in the Los Angeles Superior Court. She wasn't prepared for the verdict, the source says. She never expected him to be found guilty. She couldn't believe that he was taken into custody right away and remanded. The source says that Phillips is terrified about the sentencing. Masterson was handcuffed and immediately sent to jail following his conviction. He'll be remanded until his next hearing on August 4th. I think remanded means that he's just going to keep him in jail until August 4th, per the Los Angeles Times. According to the Associated Press, Masterson will be held without bail until he is sentenced. He faces 30 years to life in prison. No matter what happens, though, Bijou supports him. The source says she has no plans to leave him. Bad reviews for Fast 10 or Fast X's, the Fast 10 movie. And Vin Diesel says he knows why the reviews were bad. Because Jason Momoa overacted.
Jason Momoa was the best part of that movie. He was hilarious.
He made a joke out of something.
He was hilarious.
His performance in the new Fast and Furious caused the film to be trashed by the critics.
He drew attention away from Vin, is what this is telling me.
He was great in it. And I'm not just saying that because you know I love him. He was... Go find just some clips of him in it. He's very funny.
Fast X made a whopping $340 million.
Say it didn't hurt the box
So what do you care, Vin?
And Vin Diesel's voice has gotten so gravelly and low, you almost can't understand him anymore.
Reviewers branded the film as convoluted, congested, and predictably ridiculous.
Which they say about all of them.
Sources revealed desperate Diesel, who also produced the film and famously feuded for years with another heavyweight co-star, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is unwilling to accept that he might have played a role in the poor reviews, and he's throwing Jason Momoa under the bus, even though Jason is one of the few aspects of the film that the critics seem to like.
Yeah.
He was good in it. Vin Diesel is just this one note.
Vin is embarrassed that Jason is being branded the only bright spot in the film and stealing his thunder in the franchise that he built.
Because that happened when The Rock was born.
Insider said that the strong man has been telling well, then why isn't Vin Diesel wise up and quit casting these people? Insiders say that Vin has been telling friends Jason's overacting and scene stealing undermined the movie, which drew a wimpy 57% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but still, of course, open to a strong box.
Scene stealing or being more entertaining than you were in the movie.
Vin has reportedly put the evil eye on his new co-star who joined the franchise at an estimated $5 million salary. Jason knows he's the flavor of the moment, and Vin's jealous of him, says a source, but he doesn't appreciate Vin trying to poison the public against him. That has the potential to be Hollywood's next big feud.
I'm standing with you, Jason.
What's going on here in Salt Lake? That's what I want to know.
What?
There is a lot of gunplay going on.
Right there.
There were 4 different shootings, all within one city block in downtown Salt Lake over the weekend, right through our window here. One of them was fatal. Another one of the next night possibly involved family members of the homicide victim. Salt Lake Police Chief Mike Brown called the recent string of gun violence unacceptable, vowing that his department will do all they can to put an end to it. At some point, we need to stand up and say enough is enough, Chief Brown said Monday morning. What we saw this weekend was an affront to the values we hold dear in this city. It started in the early hours of Saturday when shots rang out near a crowd that apparently had gathered in a parking lot on Market Street, just right across the road here from us. Nobody was hit by any of those gunshots. Several of the bullets flew over our officers. At least one hit a sign just above them, Chief Brown said. A 19-year-old man whose name has not been released was arrested in that case. Then around 4 a.m. on Sunday, a fight turned into a fatal shooting, same parking lot, right across the street. The victim, 22-year-old Halapiani Latu Moala, died at the scene despite life-saving efforts by witnesses and responding officers. Police say they're running into roadblocks in identifying and finding suspects in that. Late Sunday night, police heard gunshots again in the same area. Officers stopped a car that was leaving the same parking lot, and in the car they found shotgun shells and a shotgun, along with family members of the homicide victim. Then there was another incident early Monday morning, just after midnight. Officers learned of a shooting at 300 South Main Street, just around the corner from the Market Street parking lot, where the other shootings took place. A 27-year-old man was shot in the hand. There was a driver who was shot and wounded in a road rage incident on I-15.
That was up in Layton, wasn't it?
Layton. Person shot by a motorcycle rider Monday afternoon in a road rage incident on the freeway. And students with loaded guns arrested after a struggle at Highland High School.
Whoa.
3 students were arrested Monday after a brief confrontation bringing loaded guns inside Highland High.
But more guns make everything more safe.
Salt Lake City Police, that's ridiculous, Gina. Salt Lake City Police said school security alerted a resource officer about a suspicious car parked on the school's property around 1 p.m. Resource officer later saw 3 people inside the car, all of whom tried leaving when approached by the officer. According to police, 2 of the Highland High School students entered the campus building and tried to make a quick exit, leading the resource officer to call for assistance. He was able to detain both students following what was described as a short struggle, and they both had loaded handguns on them. Guns. Police are investigating the mysterious deaths of 6 women whose remains were found in and around Portland, Oregon over the past 6 months. They believe they are connected and a serial killer may be on the loose. The bodies of the half-dozen women were found within 100 miles of each other on the sides of roads, in the woods, or in secluded rural areas from February through last month. 5 different law enforcement agencies are investigating the women's deaths, and at least 3 of the agencies have said they're working with the others to determine if the cases could be connected and have a single perpetrator, according to officials with the local publication. In the most recent case, 22-year-old Ashley Reel was found dead in a heavily wooded area after she was last seen at a transit center in March. Another woman, Joanna Speaks, also vanished in late March. Her body found in a rural area of Clark County. They're pretty sure, I think, that these are all linked in one way or another.
I'd ask the murder desk to get on this, but
haven't
the murder desk is leaving town.
Sorry.
I don't want to scare people, but reality is there are women dying at awful numbers, said Speaks. So I don't want to scare you, but
this is
what's
scary.
happening?
But you ought to be scared because lots of stuff is happening. Disney, Mark Stiegel and Robert Motz knew that they had made the right decision to travel to Florida when they spotted a sea of people wearing red T-shirts emblazoned with the words "Say Gay" in front of Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. The partners are from Galesburg, Illinois. They've been coming to the annual Gay Days celebration at Disney for years and ultimately decided that they weren't going to let travel advisories, new state laws targeting the LGBTQ community, and a bitter feud between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Disney keep them away.
Gay.
We're here because it's Gay Days. It's that simple. Now, I remember so the red shirts. I remember back in the day that Disney did not look kindly on the gays coming to the park en masse.
Long time ago, yeah.
But there would be this secret gay day, and people would
wear a red shirt.
LGBTQ folks would come to the park wearing red shirts. Finally, Disney looked at it and said, "That's a lot of people.
They have money in their
They got
wallets.
money. Maybe we ought to have gay days.
Yeah,
because they've got these things. You know, we attribute, some great moral." Disney, the moral crusader. No, that's not the case.
Gay.
They'll come here and spend money.
I'm glad that they operate that way. There's money involved here. Let's get them to spend it.
This is all gay code.
Yeah.
Gay people buy cars and beer and houses.
That's
and
absolutely
all kinds
correct.
of things.
They sure do. Donald Trump, attorneys representing former President Trump.
Oh, this is
John Rowley, James. I like this attorney's name. James Trusty, and Lindsay Halligan met with Special Counsel Jack Smith and federal prosecutors at the Justice Department around 10 a.m. yesterday, according to people familiar with the matter. The meeting took place weeks after Trump's lawyers had requested a meeting with top federal law enforcement officials. The attorneys for the former president spent under 2 hours inside the main Justice building and would not comment on their meeting as they left because, well, it wasn't a good meeting.
Well, they didn't comment, but immediately
as soon as they got in the car, called their client commented.
is posting.
He feels trapped now.
Oh yeah.
Why am I being?
This is a witch hunt.
They all did this. Why am I? In
the
trouble?
attorneys called him, and you know what they said? Guess what?
You're
going to be indicted by Jack Smith, the special prosecutor. And so this will be exciting. Yeah. This will be very exciting.
And did you hear about the pool draining thing?
You mean the purposeful flooding of the IT room?
Of the IT room?
The documents, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally this. No, that story will not open.
Well, that's all right.
All right.
Sports weather traffic.
Let's see the Bees. It's a family night at the ballpark. They're playing Round Rock.
You know why they have family night, don't you?
Why?
Because families spend money.
They do. It's 50% off regular hot dogs. You can feed the kids for half price tonight at the Bees. Let's see. NBA, no game today. That series is tied at 1 apiece. They play tomorrow. NHL, let's see. Last night, the Vegas Golden Knights. And there's a picture of Wayne Newton who looks exactly this. It's kind of creepy.
He's been mummified. He's been preserved.
He's a fan of the Vegas Golden Knights, and he looks the same. 7-2 over the Florida Panthers. That is your sports weather. Pretty warm today. Could even get up around 90, and a better chance of thunderstorms, 50% chance. That pattern is going to continue over the next couple of days. Traffic, we've got a few issues. Delays trying to get in the south gate of Hill Air Force Base. In Layton, traffic backed up a couple of blocks in all directions there. Crash at the intersection of 5th West, 5th South in Bountiful. All northbound lanes are blocked, as well as some lanes, both eastbound and westbound. Through the intersection, police vehicle is part of what's blocking there. Looks like that's about it. You can text us if you see anything. Friends of the program texting about that I-15 incident right there. If you see something, you can say something. Text it to us, 33986. Want to make Dad feel good on Father's Day? Get him the introductory drip from Prime IV, now only $79. Go to primevhydration.com for details.
Now listen, I'm going to leave right now, but before I go, 877-602-9696. Tickets to see the Aces at Fork Fest this weekend for Frank Crist.
No, not this weekend. June 16th.
June 16th.
Yeah.
All right. That's next week. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to step out.
Okay.
877-602-9696 so that we can play a game called Frank Crist Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Hi, Frank.
Oh, hi there. How?
Did you pass Carrie in the hall there?
Well, I don't know why he's so afraid of me.
Well,
Can you pass like right through him? Can you do that?
well, I can. I prefer not to, because then memories are exchanged. And it's a whole thing.
we're going to play a game if somebody calls us.
I'm suspicious that the phones aren't working. We've had no calls for.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious.
877-602-9696. That would be the number to call and play Frank Crist Presents
They're
there.
fine. They're just fine.
We've got tickets to Fork Fest. It's the Art Dye Park in American Fork, June 16th through the 17th. See dozens of bands, not just the Aces, but including Utah's own the Aces. You can find out more about that at x96.com. What's the matter, Frank?
The Aces, they're such talented women.
They
and
are.
I'm so sorry about the girl from Ipanema.
Oh, you had to go take her,
I had to
didn't you?
take her. It was time.
Oh, look, Steve is on line 2. Let's see. Steve is ready to play.
Steve ready to play.
Steve, are you there?
I'm here.
How are you, Steve?
I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Oh, thank
Very
you,
good. Steve, I've got a list of 4 celebrities here that Frank has given me. 4 precious celebrities. Frank loves them because you love them. Why,
I
Frank?
love all celebrities. Everything they say and do is right.
Even Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Well, maybe I need to rethink my stance.
4 of the celebrities on this list Frank has given me, Steve, are, they're
fine. They're just fine.
But one of them Frank has taken away, and we're going to let you determine who that is. You ready? Steve?
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry.
Are you ready to go?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, here we are. These 4 celebrities are all people who have guest starred on The Simpsons. Voices on The Simpsons. Number 1, Pamela Reed, known for playing Arnold Schwarzenegger's hypoglycemic police partner in Kindergarten Cop and for portraying the matriarch Gail Green in something called Jericho. She was, in The Simpsons, Ruth Powers, truck stop waitress in the episode Marge on the Lamb. That's Pamela Reed, number 1. Number 2, Jerry Cooney, professional boxer who challenged twice and lost both times for world heavyweight titles. Cooney compiled a professional record of 28 wins and 3 losses with 24 knockouts. He played himself in the episode of The Simpsons called Springfield, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Loved Legalized Gambling. Number 2, Jerry Cooney. Number 3 on the list, Dennis Franz, an actor best known for his role as NYPD Detective Andy Sipowicz in the ABC TV series NYPD Blue. He won a Golden Globe for that and other awards. He also portrayed 2 different characters on a similar NBC series, Hill Street Blues, and its short-lived spin-off, Beverly Hills Bunts. In The Simpsons, episode Homer Badman, Homer is falsely accused of sexual harassment and has to clear his name. Dennis Franz guest stars as himself playing Homer in a TV movie.
I've never seen that.
Number 3, Dennis Franz. And number 4, Werner Klemperer, known for playing Colonel Wilhelm Klink on the CBS television series Hogan's Heroes, for which he twice won the Outstanding Award for Supporting Actor in a Comedy. He played Colonel Klink on The Simpsons in The Last Temptation of Homer. Number 4, Werner Klemperer. Steve, those are 4 precious, precious celebrities. One of them Frank has taken away. Do you know who it is?
Was it Precious Jerry Cooney?
No!
Gentleman, Jerry is fine. He's just fine.
Jerry is still alive, still kicking. He's 66 years old, but I'm going to give you another chance, Steve. Listen carefully. Is it Pamela Reed, Dennis Franz, or Werner Klemperer?
Werner Klemperer.
Excellent. You got it on the second try, Steve, so well done.
Yes.
I got hate mail from Ed Brass when I
Klemperer, by the way, who was not German at all. He was an
No.
American. He died of cancer at his home in Manhattan in the year 2000 at the age of 80. He was cremated. His ashes were scattered at sea, and Frank took his soul away in an electric scooter. All right, Steve, congratulations. You've won those tickets to see the Aces at the Fork Festival. And if you would hang on the line, please, I think Dawson will tell you how you can get your tickets, all right?
Okay. Has anyone seen Harvey Firestein?
Oh, Harvey is... No, he's fine.
71 today.
Yeah, and I feel great.
And actually, Katie, I'm sorry. Robert Englund is 76 today.
Katie's like, not...
Freddy
you're not
Krueger?
allowed to...
Oh, he'll never die.
I want you to remember, Frank, I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
It's not wrong. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Lots of you stuck trying to get on Hill Air Force Base. Maybe you just don't go to work today.
No.
It's stuck and
Yeah.
traffic backed up couple blocks all directions at the south gate there. Crash at the intersection of 5th West, 5th South, and Bountiful. All northbound lanes are affected. Also, eastbound and westbound are affected. All directions. That's what all directions means. It's affected all directions. If you see something, you can say something. Text it to us, 33986.
KXRK Provo, UtahAdvocates.com.
Please, if you have been injured in an accident, this is who you need to call. Katie can attest to that. She,
Twice.
Twice she was in accidents, and it wasn't her fault. I think both of them were rear-end accidents that she got smacked into. And she called the advocates, and they were very good and helped her out, and they will treat you the same way.
So they've got this this thing, the 100 deadliest days.
Oh, yeah.
Summer is the deadliest day to time to drive.
I see.
It's now through September.
Yeah. So just be extra careful is what the advocates doesn't want you to get in an accident. But if you are, have the advocates in your phone so you can call them right away if you need.
Now, it's a free call, and they don't charge you anything for their service until they get you a settlement. So call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or text or chat with them, online. The phone number is 801-355-5550. The live chat is UtahAdvocates.com.
We're so sad. We're emo pop punk sad.
Today, we examine another group of words used by most Utahns called L words, or words that end in ELL. And to help you with today's lesson, each time an L word is used in the following dialogue, a bell will sound. Imagine, if you will, our two friends, LeVar and LeGrand, together in LeVar's trailer house. The TV is on. A conversation ensues. Again, these are L words.
I love this TV show.
Yeah.
I am so glad that someone is showing the reruns of McKell's Navy.
Me too. You know, I would just love to set sail with McKell myself. Hey, you remember the one when the wacky crew of PT Boat 73 tried to save that beached whale?
Oh, yeah. They had a hard time because of this big storm.
Yeah.
Gale force winds and hell stones the size of golf balls.
Yeah.
But they saved that well anyway. McKell did not fell.
Well, no thanks to Gruber. Yeah, that was quite a tell, though. Hey, listen, give me some of them snacks, would you? I'm hungry.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
What?
Trell mix.
Yeah.
You're not going to like this, Legrand, but Trell mix makes me thirsty for just one thing.
You're not gonna be drinking beer in front of me, are you, LeVar?
Oh, no. I'm going to have me a glass of L.
L is beer?
Yeah, but this is pretty mild. It's that Pell L from Squatters. It's so mild I can drink a whole bucket of it.
You'd get drunk if you drunk a whole Pell of Pell L. Then you'd get throwed in jail, and I'd have to bail you out. Oh, hey, looky here what I got in the mail. It's a flyer from Deseret Book. It says here that Dan Quell is coming to town to sign copies of his new book.
Boy, the liberals sure rode Bush and Quell out of Washington on a rel.
Sure did.
They fought tooth and nail, but it wasn't enough. Hey, I hear that this new book of his really lifts the veil of secrecy about Washington life and what really went on. You know, I'd like to see him. What Deseret Book is he at?
Well, the one by that big jewelry store.
Big jewelry store. You mean Morgan's Jewelers?
Nope. Zell's.
At 33986.
You got excuse me.
Yeah, before we get to our letter from Kyle, Colonel Wilhelm Klink, played by Werner Klemperer. It said so. When I looked him up, it just says here he was an American actor, and I just
You went with that.
And but he was in fact born in Cologne, Germany, to a musical family. But he said he had little musical aptitude of his own. His father was renowned conductor Otto Klemperer, and his mother was soprano Johanna Giesler, and his father was Jewish by birth but converted to Catholicism, but then later returned to Judaism. They moved to America when Klemperer was about 15, I believe. He got into acting, and so he got this role playing Colonel Klink. Now, he's Jewish, and he said, I will only play the role if Klink is a bumbling fool and never does anything right. And so they said, sure, that's
We can do
fine.
that. It's a comedy.
We can do that. Well, his father saw the first episode and said, you're good in this, but who wrote this? It's terrible.
All right. Letter from our son Kyle now, brought to you by...
The Stateroom Presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Colin and Brad from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Colin Mockery.
Yeah, I love that. This Friday, June 9th at Eccles Theater. Find tickets and showtimes at thestateroompresents.com.
There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy.
That boy is Kyle Brown, our son Kyle, who's been with this program since he was, in fact, a very young guy, 15 years old or so. Kyle is, he contributed to the show for many years, and then we kind of broke up for a while. We learned that Kyle was ill. He has ALS, which is a fatal condition, and Lou Gehrig's disease is what it is. And Kyle has been writing us letters on a weekly basis because he can't really talk anymore. You can't understand what he says. His speech is so affected by the ALS. And this is the latest letter from Kyle Brown. I give them all titles. This one is The Goats, Happiness, and the Cure. A while back, my wife had bought 2 tickets to 2 new wave bands, Duran Duran and The Cure. One played this past Saturday night, the other on Sunday. She bought them in hopes that I could go. I did go to Duran Duran Saturday because she really wanted me to. And they were the last band on our bucket list that we had never seen. She got us box seats through a dirty politician that gifted them to us. By the way, the box seats, they're not really that good. People paying for them are getting hosed. It was largely difficult and humiliating, but my wife was very happy, so it was worth it. And I think it was humiliating to him and difficult because of his ALS. We got new neighbors to the west of us a couple of weeks ago. The 2 lots on the west side of our home are huge underground water tanks owned by the city. I guess they didn't want to mow the weeds down this year, so they have put out 4 goats, much to the delight of my wife and daughter. They see it as getting pet goats, and they aren't totally responsible for them. The cats are pissed, though, because I guess they're paying more attention to the goats than the cats at this point. I didn't see the tall grass being eaten down by those goats very much, but that's probably because they're being fed pizza crusts and apple cores and a variety of delicious leftovers from our house. The goats often just sit and wait by our fence, banging their huge horns against the chain link. The goats, that is, not my wife and daughter. It's June, so I should be starting practices with our high school mountain bike team. I used to absolutely love this time of year. For several years, I lived in a small home at the base of Farmington Canyon. At 6 a.m., 3 days a week, we would meet just up the road from my home for training rides. We watched the sunrise over Davis County from a couple of thousand feet above the city. Afterwards, I'd ride home, now about 8:30, sweaty and dusty. I'd hose off my bike and clean it in the morning sun. I'd been through hell in my life. I'd had money, then I'd been broke. I had a big house, and then I'd been homeless. All this was to make me realize what happiness is. And I realized I was happy, and I knew how good these moments were, and so I really soaked them in. Now it's June of 2023, and I can't reach the top of my head to scratch it. I'm writing this on Sunday night while my wife and daughter are at the Cure concert. One of their favorite songs by the Cure is new. It's called And Nothing Is Forever. They listen to it and they cry, as is proper with any Cure song. I'll end with a verse from it. This is the verse from the song. Promise you'll be with me in the end. Say we'll be together and you won't forget. For however far away, you will remember me in time. And I know my world has grown old. But it really doesn't matter if you say we'll be together. If you promise you'll be with me in the end. Promise you'll be with me in the end. Gosh damn, that Robert Smith can write. Cheers, everyone. Have a fantastic week. Look over there.
Still lots of slowage associated with that crash at the intersection of 5th West, 5th South in Bountiful. Also, we've got a crash eastbound I-80 milepost 99 at Lake Point in Tooele County. That's on the left shoulder. Haven't seen anything from you folks via text in a while, but if you see something, if maybe Hill Air Force Base, if maybe you're waiting to get on base there at the South Gate where things were slow, if things have started moving again, let us know. 33986. Start your summer with the Utah Arts Festival, June 23rd through the 25th. Browse and buy art, enjoy delicious cuisine, listen to live music. Now it's easier than ever to get to the festival with online ticketing, a bike lot, and free UTA fare with your festival ticket. Get tickets at uaf.org.
All right, thank you.
We've got boners coming up. Mm-hmm. Here are the candidates you will be voting for this time. Boner candidate number 1. You know that notice we gave you about having cancer? Oh, we were just kidding. Boner candidate number 2, Nikki Haley, a stupid woman who just makes stuff up.
Yep.
And number 3, the bigger the better, mate.
All right. Boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after some messages and a song. Stand by. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Oh, look around you. Life is beautiful. Things are great. And if you look hard enough, take off your glasses and see how it looks.
I was going to say, if you're looking around you and you can't see how beautiful it is, then...
Yeah, you need Hoops Vision. Get rid of your glasses, your contact lenses, and enjoy summer with freedom from your glasses. I mean, they're just a pain.
Just being able to hop on your bike and go. You
Yeah.
know?
Right now, Hoops Vision can perform a surgery for you. They'll schedule you in quickly.
Mhm.
All you got to do is make your appointment. It's just an evaluation, no obligation. They'll just check you out, see if you are a good candidate, which you probably are. The number to call and make that appointment is 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-30-LASIK. Or you can do it online if you want. It's hoopsvision.com. But get rid of your glasses and your contact lenses. I've done it. Carrie's done it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. Hoopsvision.com.
If you're going
And now, a morsel of murder with Gina Barberi. Radio from Hell on X96.
So, of course, we're in the middle of the trial for Lori Vallow Daybell.
Murder?
Yesterday at the trial, they talked about the kids and how they were killed. Well, they tried to.
They tried to?
What do you mean?
Well, JJ, they could tell he was asphyxiated.
Yeah, because there was a
bag,
plastic
yeah.
bag over his
Yeah.
head.
Well, yeah.
But
Jeez.
but Tylee,
The teenage girl.
such a mess, and in so many different parts, and in
Really?
so many
What?
different stages of decomposition
What?
and burned.
Wait. Can you detail what that means exactly?
She was cut up
Okay.
and disposed of in different places and burned. The autopsy was inconclusive what actually caused her death because it was such a mess.
Murder caused it.
Yes. So that was just the trial yesterday. But this other interesting side note popped up yesterday too, and I'll thank our friend Ivy for alerting me to it. So Lori's brothers.
By the way, this just goes to show Ivy knows everyone.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
She knows everyone.
So Lori's brothers. So there's Alex. Alex is the crazy brother that killed one of her husbands and likely helped kill the kids.
Now, wait. Is he in jail for killing one of her husbands, or
No.
is he allegedly killed one of them?
No, he's dead.
Okay. So we don't... I mean, he
And
was never
here's-
charged with
No, because he died mysteriously and he's been cremated.
Mm-hmm.
So that we will never know, maybe, unless Chad confesses at his trial that, oh, yeah, her brother helped me kill the kids, which is what I think happened. So that's Alex. Then there's Adam, another brother of Lori's.
Okay. It's a big Mormon family.
Lori Vallow Daybell's brother was investigated in 2007 in the death of a woman who participated in a radio contest he hosted but was never criminally charged. Adam Cox,
Radio scum.
Yep.
who goes by the names Lucas and Bo Nasty, was one of the hosts of the Morning Rave on KDND-FM in 2007.
That's Sacramento?
I think so.
I think it was Sacramento.
When the station held its Hold Your Wii for a Wii contest.
You could
Remember?
you could win a Wii, one of those video game things.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Now, he wrote a book about this called My Crazy Radio Life, which we should all probably pick up a copy.
No, I don't.
January 12, 2007, the stunt involved contestants drinking large amounts of water and then attempting to hold it without vomiting or urinating. The person could hold out the longest would win a Nintendo Wii. Of course, drinking large amounts of water in a short period of time can lead to a dangerous imbalance in electrolytes and water
did.
intoxication and be fatal.
It was.
In his book, Cox does not name the woman who died in the incident, but she was Jennifer Lee Strange, a California mother of 3. She died of acute water intoxication. Her body was found hours after the contest. Cox and 9 other radio station employees were fired for the incident, but never charged criminally. They made jokes on the air about her distended belly, saying she looked pregnant during the contest. This is what it feels like when you're drowning. There's a lot of water inside you, Cox said. Strange told the host her head hurt, according to the document. Cox wrote in his book that he learned of Strange's death in a phone call from his boss on the day of the contest. So he was fired, and he said, I've had a hard time finding work since then.
Well,
because,
yeah.
you know, you kill your listeners. By the way,
he didn't apply here.
By the way, her family was awarded $16.5 million by a California jury that was paid by the broadcast company that he worked for.
I'm not going to pay $22 for that book. I'm sorry.
No.
It's just not happening.
I'll check it out at the library.
Radio scum.
He has since found work at other radio stations, and I did a little
he has?
digging. He's not at a radio station, but he does a like a DJ your party kind of DJ.
Oh, yeah. That's who you want coming to your party.
Down in St. George is where he does that. But he is listed as among the 48 potential witnesses the prosecution could call on the case against his sister, Lori.
Oh.
So he might pop up. Yes?
Ivy knows everyone and knows
course she
everything.
does. Of course she does.
He is now a DJ in St. George.
Yeah.
He works on Planet 105.1.
Here's what his bio says for there. DJ Lucas, a.k.a. Adam Cox, is our celebrity DJ. He's been on-air radio personality for over 30 years from New York to California. He can really bring the party with his extensive music knowledge and his awesome abilities at the mic. He just recently relocated to St. George to be part of Planet 105's morning show and joined the Festival Sounds team, but he's had years of DJ experience with events all over the country. He even has his own book. Click here to buy it.
Now,
he's had listeners die on his contest.
Now, this is all not to suggest that he is in any way involved in any of this stuff that's going on in Idaho.
No. This is just, it's a side note.
This is adjacent.
It's a radio scum side note. And I believe when that a we for a we thing, I don't know if that was a boner that we did or just a story we did, but we covered it.
We talked about it a lot.
Well, you remember there was a whole seminar about it at one of our radio conventions.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he or his partner talked at that.
Yeah.
That, so this is how we went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened.
And as I recall, everybody in the audience was like, "You idiots."
I mean, as I recall that now, they were. If it might have been both of them, and they were trying to come clean. To say, we're idiots. You're right. It was the worst thing that could ever have happened, and we were stupid.
Blink 182, and we have our contest, our Blink 182 contest. I think you go to x96.com for all that information.
Go to Denver to see them because they're not coming here.
Not coming here. But you can go to Denver.
Bill.
Yes.
Yeah, I can go instantly.
You can go.
You can wait till day of the concert and just say, I'm going.
An hour before.
And then maybe get a ride home from our winner.
Yeah.
All right. Boner of the day, 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the day for today, June 6, 2023. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
It can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Here's Boner candidate number 1. You know that notice we gave you about having cancer? We were just kidding.
Oops.
Kidding. Cancer test maker Grail Incorporated said on Friday that its telemedicine vendor erroneously sent letters to about 400 patients suggesting that they may have developed cancer.
Oops.
Grail's flagship cancer detection blood test, Gallery, is designed to detect more than 50 types of cancer before symptoms appear. The company, owned by Illumina Incorporated, said that the letters were mistakenly sent by PWNH or PWN Health due to a software issue, and that it was in no way related to or caused by an incorrect Gallery test result. Grail said that it had reached out to the patients immediately after the issue, adding that no patient's health information had been disclosed or breached due to this. The software issues being faced by PWN Health has now been resolved, they said. Illumina is appealing regulatory orders in U.S. and EU, which are asking that the gene sequencing company divest Grail after it jumped regulators to close its acquisition of the cancer test maker. So I don't know what that has to do with it, but the fact that they sent out 400 letters saying, you may have cancer. We were just kidding.
Horrible.
We were just kidding. That's Boner candidate number 1. Here's Boner candidate number 2, Nikki Haley, a stupid woman who makes things up.
Mm-hmm.
Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley implied that increased suicide rates among teen girls were tied to transgender girls using locker rooms when asked to define woke in a CNN town hall on Sunday night. Haley used the example of biological boys playing in girls' sports as her main example of woke culture, which she said involves, quote, a small minority of Americans pushing what they want on the rest of the country, including things like identifying pronouns. She then claimed the reason around 30% of teen girls recently contemplated suicide was due to their exposure to transgender girls, a claim that she did not provide any evidence to back up and has no basis, absolutely no basis in fact.
And Jake Tapper didn't call her on it.
I would say this hasn't happened once.
It hasn't.
When CNN town hall host Jake Tapper pushed back on Haley, says here he did, and asked if there was, quote, room for the humanity of trans people in the debate, she said she wants to get transgender children who contemplate suicide at far higher rates than other young people, and that may be true, help and therapy so that they're not suicidal, but those efforts shouldn't cause all these other kids to feel like the pressure's on them, too.
Why do you think it is that they feel suicidal, Nikki? Why could that possibly be?
After Haley's comments, some mental health and LGBTQ advocates took to Twitter to push back on the implication that transgender students playing sports are tied to teen girl suicide rates, with one clinical psychologist calling that disgusting and calling on candidates to support transgender youth. How are we supposed to get our girls used to the fact that biological boys are in their locker room? And then we wonder why a third of our teenage girls seriously contemplated suicide last year, Haley said. It's not.
Zero.
It's
to do
not.
with that.
It's not there. And she has no. Where did you get that 30%, Nikki? From my behind.
They don't need to provide evidence.
No,
they just say things.
Boner,
And then people will quote her
exactly.
as fact.
Boner candidate number 2, Nikki Haley, a stupid woman who makes things up. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3, the bigger the better, mate.
Boner candidate number 3, Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Pokemon's newest set, Paldea Evolved, is releasing Friday, June 9th at Haster Games. Stock will be limited, so get there early before they sell out. Drop by the store, 6831 South State, or go to hastergames.com.
Speaking of the bigger the better, Tommy Lee's wife says he's okay with his social media pictures, his not safe for work social media pictures. Many people were surprised to find a Tommy Lee dick pic in their social media feed last August.
Yeah.
One person who wasn't all that upset about it was his wife, Brittany Ferland. The comedian and social media personality calls her husband a, quote, goofball.
Oh, he's just a goofball.
Noting that his unpredictable nature and sense of humor is part of what she loves about him.
It's not really unpredictable.
It's predictable.
It's kind of what you expect from Tommy Lee.
Speaking with people, Ferland said, well, that's what I love about him. I mean, he is so crazy and wild. I know he posts a lot of controversial stuff, which I'm like, oh, God, why are you posting that? My husband will post stuff that he thinks is funny. People get up in arms, and I'm all like, oh, my God. Just remember, this is a 60-year-old man posting on the Internet. I don't care, really.
Stop dyeing your beard.
I have no control of him, she continued. He's his own person. If he wants to post his wiener,
hey,
I don't personally care because I think nudity is not such a big deal at all. Oh, who cares, she said.
Tom in the chat room says, but has Tommy Lee asked if we are okay with it?
No, because I awakened early one morning last August, scrolling through my feed, and it just was there. It was
hanging there.
I didn't go looking for it. It
was dangling in front of your eyes.
Did you unfollow?
Yes.
Good.
Now, it says here, Taylor Swift accidentally swallowed a bug on stage. I'm telling you, that was no accident. Taylor Swift can often be caught swallowing bugs. She likes them. I don't even know why this is a story. She accidentally swallowed a bug.
Because she stopped in the middle of her concert, and everyone was like, "What's wrong with Taylor?"
I swallowed a bug.
Now the bigger story, which we should have been covering here, and now it's over, is she for like a week and a half was dating Maddie Healy.
A week and a half?
It was very brief.
Okay.
But everyone was upset, and they should have been, because that is not a good match for people.
Oh, okay.
He's the 1975 singer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who's Taylor needs a nicer boy than Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
she needed some material.
And people were upset. They're like, Taylor, why are you dating that bad boy?
She needed
he
some.
He writes songs about heroin, and
you're right.
She needed material.
You're right. I don't know how I missed that story.
It's relevant for the station, Bill.
It's a big story.
It was a big story this week. And now they're broken up. So
whole week and a half, you say?
If you were worried about Taylor dating Maddie Healy, it's okay.
I was, but now I can cross that off my list.
It's over.
I was for the moment that you brought it up, and now I'm relieved.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
a Utah woman is suing Starbucks and Smith's Food and Drug after she claimed she found cleaning tablets in her drink. Denise Lee's lawsuit is currently being taken up by the United States District Court in Utah. According to court documents, Lee visited the coffee chain inside Smith's in West Point, Utah, in August of 2018. She said she ordered a venti green tea frappuccino, something she has done many times. However, on the day in question, Lee said she was served a blended drink as opposed to on ice, and had asked that the drink be remade. Lee said the Starbucks barista appeared frustrated, but did remake the drink. I guess was kind of irked about it. Denise tasted the drink, noticed it didn't taste like it usually did. Then she took the drink home and started feeling ill. She went outside, she said, and her daughter showed her the cup and asked why there were 2 pills at the bottom of her cup. Denise poured the drink out, she said, and found 2 Urnix tablets, a cleaning agent that Starbucks uses to clean their espresso coffee machines. Lee is currently suing for $3 million in damages for negligence. Let's see. California is threatening legal action. They're threatening to charge Ron DeSantis with a crime. Governor Gavin Newsom has appeared to threaten his Florida counterpart with kidnapping charges. As a second plane load of migrants arrived via private jet in state capital of Sacramento. The confrontation comes after DeSantis, a rising Republican star and potential presidential candidate in 2024, it says here. Really?
Yeah, how old is that story?
Really? It's just brand new. Has pursued a policy of flying migrants to Democratic-controlled states in protest of Joe Biden's immigration policies. Last September, DeSantis arranged and paid for nearly 50 migrants to fly from Texas to Martha's Vineyard. While Florida officials have not commented on the 2 recent flights to Sacramento, officials said that some of the migrants were carrying documentation purporting to be from the government of the state of Florida. Mr. DeSantis, you are a small, pathetic man, Gavin Newsom tweeted on Monday. This isn't Martha's Vineyard. Kidnapping charges, including a screenshot of California's legal code on kidnapping. Apparently, these immigrants were told that they were being taken to a place where jobs would be provided for them, and there was nothing.
They were just dumped off.
They were just dumped. Yep. California Attorney General Rob Bonta said his office was evaluating potential criminal or civil action against those who transported or arranged for the transport of these vulnerable immigrants. State-sanctioned kidnapping is not a public policy choice. It is immoral and disgusting, he said in a statement.
And it's funny because when he did it to Martha's Vineyard, he was crowing about it. Look what I did. And now he's quiet.
A black former assembly line staffer at Tesla is moving to add almost 240 other workers to his 2017 lawsuit in which he called the electric car maker's production floor a hotbed of racist behavior. Mr. Marcus Vaughn says class action status is appropriate to address Tesla's failure to stop a practice of race discrimination, a hostile work environment at the factory in Fremont, California. His request in a court filing Monday is backed by sworn statements from other black former employees and contractors who claim that they too were offended by racist graffiti sprawled in common areas and the use of slurs in the workplace, including the N-word, boy, and monkey. Tesla did not immediately respond to requests for comment about the lawsuit. At least 42 people are dead and thousands have been displaced by what the hell else going to happen to this poor country? Haiti. A disaster of flooding. 11 people missing, 42 dead, 13,600 homes gone because of the torrential downpours and mudslides in Haiti. And Apple has introduced its first new product in a very, very long time, several years. Its new Vision Pro virtual reality or mixed reality special computing headset. The equipment resembles a pair of ski goggles and allows the user to view workspaces and computing selections as if the desktop or viewing screen was floating in front of the device, integrated with the environment around the user. The VR headset was introduced alongside new products, including a 15-inch MacBook Air, another new operating system for the iPhone, and FaceTime for Apple TV. This headset price tag is $3,500.
Who is this for?
Yeah, they'll be flying off the shelves.
Adopters. It's called Vision Pro, the most advanced personal electronics device ever.
No one wants this. Weather, traffic.
Warmer today, could even be up around 90 for a high, and a 50% chance of thunderstorms. And that pattern kind of continues through the rest of the week with a slight chance of thunderstorms and pretty warm temperatures. Best chance of rain, though, it is today. Heard from friends of the program that said, yes, the gates at the base are still blocked up, and guess what? Once you get on base, there's no parking. Did everybody decide to come to work today? Seems like an issue for you folks. Also, debris, I-15 southbound near the on-ramp from 6 North. Cables strewn across 3 lanes of traffic there, causing delays back to Beck Street in North Salt Lake. Sponsored by the Stateroom Presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Colin and Brad from Whose Line Is It Anyway? This Friday, June 9th at Eccles Theater. Find tickets and showtimes at thestateroompresents.com.
Coming up after we award the boner.
Hello, yeah, what?
The innovative radio feature that we invented. You just call and talk to us about anything.
Yeah.
877-602-9696 after we award boner of the day.
Hello, yeah, what?
Here's boner candidate number 3. The bigger the better, mate. Adelaide, Australia, a nightclub there has canceled and apologized for what critics condemned as, quote, a misogynistic event offering free drinks based on bra sizes.
Boy, it's been a while.
Using the slogan, the bigger the better, the wool shed on Hindley's event, hang your bra in the shed. It encouraged women to take their bras off. Hanging your bra is uncomfortable. Hang it up in the shed and let loose. The post on the venue's social media read, this means you as well as boys. This means you as well, boys. So they're trying to be, you know.
Yeah.
The graphic stated women would receive 1 free drink for an A cup, 2 for a B cup, and 3 free drinks for C cup. The promotion has sparked a backlash.
What about D cups?
This is misogynist. Well, then we'll
Stay
go
away.
for 4. Misogynistic bull crap, said one.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Anybody ever thought this was a good idea? Boner candidate number 3. The bigger the better, mate.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. You know that notice we gave you about having cancer? We were just kidding. This gene company who does blood testing for various types of cancers, sent about 400 patients notices incorrectly stating that they had some form of cancer. They didn't. It was all a clerical error. Boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2, Nikki Haley, a stupid woman who makes stuff up. Nikki Haley busted and blasted for falsely linking teen suicides to transgender students playing sports. And boner candidate number 3, the bigger the better, mate.
All right, you've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be boner of the day for today, June 6, 2023? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. And text that to 33986. Easy way to vote. Or if you'd like to talk to Katie, she'll take your live voice vote in the producer's booth there at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, June 6, 2023. Vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. Click and vote. All right, you have until the end of these messages. That's just like 4 minutes is all. Now, once we award Boner of the Day, phone lines will be cleared. And you can call with Hello, Yeah, What at 877-602-9696. Here we go. So this weekend is also the big shopping thing.
It is.
And I'm telling you right now, if you go, I'm going to be hurt.
The big shopping thing being every year, Gina. Well, you tell them what you do every year.
Yeah, go ahead, Gina.
It's my mom, the Sainted Mary Claire, and 3 of her friends, and all their daughters. I don't even know how many people it is. It's like 40 people.
But they're all of a certain. Oh no, I'm not going to do it. Never mind. I was going to be way too mean there.
I was so hoping you'd continue. Let that thought flow through there.
Anyway. In fact, one of the mothers was shopping a day or 2 ago with her daughters. I'm not sure where they were, but
getting a jump on it, were they?
Well, no, they were trying to buy the matching jammies because we all wear matching jammies, and
those are pajamas for those of you who don't know what jammies are.
Matching jammies. And the mother said, "Oh, I want these," and they said, "Well, we need to order them in." And she said, "Well, I have to have them by Thursday." I'm like, why do you need 5 pairs of matching jammies by Thursday? And she said, "Well, we go on this shopping trip every year." And he said, "Is this Gina Barberi's shopping trip?"
Okay, so we don't need to explain it. Everybody seems to know. But here's the deal: is that if you go.
Why will you be hurt?
I will be hurt because she can't make the ride into work here and sit in this comfortable chair that Babinski's has given you.
But she can go
But she can go and shop. And that just shows there's that guilt thing coming back, is that you and I cannot have any control But Mary Claire, Queen of Guilt.
She directs my life, as you know.
I don't think that you should let your mother make you go on this shopping.
That's right. That's right.
Well, and actually we've talked about it a lot the last couple of days, and she's been worried about me, and I've been having some trouble the last couple of days. And
Richie's having a T-shirt made for you, by the way. It just says "irritable uterus" on it.
Well,
I'd wear it.
Let's see if we can get a second tie line to come in here. I know big radio stations can do that, and we're just KXRK Provo, but let's see if we can get a second tie line in here so that Gina can be at home and we can be at Jiffy Lube on Monday, and we can all be here. All right?
It'd be nice if we could do that.
All right.
It's the JT thing that's the problem.
Well, JT can maybe send her traffic in pre-recorded.
Okay.
JT, you're there,
Yeah.
right? Maybe we could do that just for
Whatever
one
you guys want.
For one day.
That's
all
a doable thing, isn't it, JT?
As long as somebody can play an MP3 over there.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, whatever you guys want.
Well, all right, we'll have Richie work that out.
I mean, it would be sort of live traffic, but it would be like
I'll send it like a minute or two.
a minute or
first.
two.
Yeah,
Okay.
I won't be able to do my sign off though.
Well, we'll be okay.
We'll forego
One
that.
day, one day.
Yeah, whatever you guys want. Come
All
on.
right. All right, we've got all the votes collected for Boner of the Day, so the phone lines are clear now for Hello Yeah What, 877-602-9696. We'll start that right after we award this Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by a, what do they call them? It's a sandwich. It's a
sandwich. It's a
Trisha.
panini.
A Trisha. The Trisha sandwich, like they have at the Feldman's.
I've not had the Trisha.
It's turkey instead of
Instead of a Reuben
instead of a Reuben. It's
Or a
turkey.
Rachel?
or a Rachel.
Yeah, this is a Trisha. It's
Turkey.
Yeah,
It's a turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
Turkey sandwich.
with coleslaw and so it's
I'll bet it was
and
good.
rye bread.
I bet it was
It was
good.
made at home. Yeah, it was great.
All right.
And Fat Jack's Burger Emporium, home of the Joseph Smith Fan Club Mormon-approved burger. And it's not on the menu. You got to ask for it special. The Secret Boner Burger with pepper jack, candied bacon, and chipotle ranch. It's the thing dreams are made of. Fat Jack's, West Temple, Second South.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. You'd think fake cancer notices or erroneous cancer notices would be pretty good, would maybe win, but no. And you'd think the misogyny in Australia, although maybe they expect it, I don't know. But they just couldn't beat that stupid Nikki Haley.
People hate her.
134 votes.
Yep.
Hello, yeah, what?
Oh, nope, wrong one. That's this one.
There we go.
That's your boner of the day for today, June 6, 2023. Now qualified to be boner of the week. That'll be decided on Friday by Dave the Flower Guy at about 9:50.
Now this hello, yeah, what?
Yes.
Hello, yeah, what?
This feature that we invented. We gave birth to a monster here.
Oh, I hate ourselves for it.
You know, we started talk radio. We were the very first ones to actually let people call and talk to us on the radio.
It's irresponsible.
It
really.
is.
And now all kinds of horrible people do it.
And they make millions doing it. That's the thing.
We don't make millions.
Why can't we turn to the dark side and get that hate money going, you know?
Yeah, any gold brokers out there who want to advertise, gold and
Reverse
silver?
mortgages.
Yeah, what?
Reverse mortgages.
So there we go. Anyway, 877-602-9696. It's hello, yeah, what? You can ask us anything. You can plug stuff.
Supplements.
Yeah. So and we've got tonics. We could use a tonic sponsor of some sort. We've got
timeshares.
People calling, so let's go to that.
All right, let's begin with Mike.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hey, Mike, are you interested in buying any gold bullion?
Turmeric.
No, not this time around, but thanks, though.
Sure. Where are you calling from, Mike?
I'm on my way to work. I work for a fabulous organization.
Which is what?
It rhymes with Lion's Rank.
Oh, Zion's Bank, huh?
You didn't say
Yeah.
that.
You didn't say that.
Great place. Great place.
I like I've been one of their customers for years.
Well, thank you, Bill.
Sure. What have you? It says here you have a fun fact for us.
Oh, I have a fun fact. Maybe I hope everyone appreciates it as much as I do.
Okay.
So, going back in time, John Tyler, our nation's 10th president, get this, has a living grandchild. Not great-grandchild, grandson.
Okay.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, how old is this grandson?
Well, the grandson's 94, but his grandfather was president in the 1840s when Lincoln was still a practicing attorney, pre-Civil War. It's just baffling if you think about it.
I don't know. Does the math work?
Yeah, well, I guess it does.
Check it out. When you crank out a few kids in your 70s, father and son, it'll work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Al Pacino, Warren Harrison.
Warren
Check
Harrison is
Yep.
his name. Al Pacino's going to have a grandkid alive in the on the moon.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, Mike, thanks for that fun
Wow.
fact. We'll check it out.
Okay.
John,
check it out.
John
Thank you.
Tyler's grandson.
Hold on.
You
Gina
got it,
just did the search.
Oh no, I mean, I'll keep looking.
All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. I don't know. I'm suspect.
Say hi to Harris Simmons for me.
Suspect.
Grandson of the 10th president of the United States just died at 95, but still.
Oh, but he just died.
He just died.
Okay, so he's not still living.
Hey, Mike, I have sad news for you.
Yeah,
if you're
sorry
still
about
listening,
that.
Mike,
We'll get you a card.
He just died,
Hey.
Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lion Gardner Tyler Jr. dies 175 years after his grandfather was president.
There you
That's
go. Wow.
All right.
crazy.
Let's go to Ricky.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Ricky.
Don't lose that number.
Don't.
Ricky. Hello?
Yes, it's actually Richie. Hello.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hi, Richie.
It says Ricky.
What's
All right.
up?
Hi, I am in a community theater production of the show Kinky Boots, which is a very fun musical, and I wanted to invite everyone to come see it.
Well, where is it?
So it runs for about 3 weekends in Ogden, and then we move to July, about 3 weekends in Park City.
All right, you're doing it up at the Ziegfeld, I bet.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. That's where I did Rocky Horror a couple of years ago.
Bill's a fellow
I came
actor.
to see him.
You saw it? It was good, wasn't it?
I did. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right before a pandemic. Yeah, 6 months before.
Yeah, I think it's a brave choice doing Kinky Boots, but I think those folks at the Ziegfeld are talented producers and actors, and I'm sure you can pull it off. So thanks, Ricky.
Yeah,
Richie. Richie.
Yep. Thank you, Richie.
Thanks, Richie.
Sure.
See you later.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
All right. 877-602-9696. That means a line open for
Hello, yeah, what?
Let's go to Devin. Devin.
Hello, yeah, what?
Devin, where are you calling us from?
Right down the street from you guys, apparently, where all the danger has been.
Yeah.
I'm in Salt Lake for some OSHA training, so that's fun.
From where?
From Ogden.
Okay.
Work up there.
Mm-hmm.
I figure since I'm down here, I'll probably go try Fat Jack's today and have the secret boner burger.
Oh yeah, you're
good
right.
idea.
You're right there.
Mm-hmm. You're staying in one of the
Yep,
hotels
so I'll
down
try
there.
that.
Are you staying in town or just in for the day?
No, just commuting in.
No.
Well, will you give us a report on what you think of it?
I absolutely will.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, just thanks for doing the show.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Stay away from the corner, our corner over here, though.
Apparently.
We never know when gunfire
Okay.
is going to erupt.
Yeah.
See you later.
10-4. Thank you.
Thank you, Devin. All right, we will continue this feature.
Hello, yeah,
Oh,
what?
Should have asked Devin what he was in town training for.
OSHA.
OSHA.
Oh, he did say that,
Yeah.
didn't he?
OSHA.
Not only are we continuing Hello Yeah What,
Yes?
877-602-9696. Major concert announcement
Oh, really?
when we come back. And we may have tickets to give away to said concert. But don't just call thinking you're going to win concert tickets. You got to participate in Hello Yeah What.
And this is a very big band.
a local band.
A local favorite.
Hello, yeah, what?
877-602-9696 is the number for Hello Yeah What. Traffic, Gina, real quick.
That issue I-15 southbound near the on-ramp of 6 North causing lots of slowage in North Salt Lake. Also crashed southbound I-15 Parish Lane in Davis County. And still wanting an update on Hill Air Force Base. Folks were having a hard time getting on base this morning. Let us know if that's still a problem. X96 welcomes Fork Fest to Art Dye Park in American Fork, June 16th and 17th. See dozens of bands, including Utah's own The Aces. Go to x96.com for details.
You know, our good friend and neighbor Tyler Glenn was in Kinky Boots in New York.
He was. That's right. All right, we will take a break. We will be back. Prime IV Hydration.
Yes, convenient locations along the Wasatch Front. This is IV therapy, and it is much more than just a cure for hangovers. If you're thinking about something for Father's Day, why don't you get your dad a certificate good for Prime IV Hydration? It'd be the perfect gift for Father's Day, and there is a special right now, Father's Day gift. If you mention X96, you can get a gift certificate for your dad for just $79. Prime IV has a drip for you. They take an assessment. They have health professionals, medical professionals do an assessment. They kind of determine what kinds of vitamins and minerals you may be needing into your system, and then they put it right into your bloodstream with an IV drip. You sit down in a really nice massage chair, listen to some nice music, and relax for about a half an hour, and you start feeling great. So feel better, get a whole lot better. PrimeIVHydration.com to find a location near you. Mention X96, and you'll get that $79 introductory offer.
We're so...
Hello?
Terry? Yeah. It's Bill. I don't think I can make it into work this morning.
Bill, it's 2 a.m. What the hell's the problem? Wait a minute. You're not staying up all night watching Mary Tyler Moore on Nick at Night again, are you?
Yeah. Mare has such a great job. She works with such fun people. I just can't make it in to do the show today unless...
Unless what?
Well, if you call me right back, I could probably make it in.
Fine. I'll call you right back.
Hello.
Mary, this Lou
Grant.
Oh, Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
I know what time it is, Mary. I looked at the clock the minute I ran out of scotch. Mary, I need you to do something for me for this morning's production meeting.
Really, Mr. Grant? Anything.
I need you to come in early and make coffee for the TV station brass.
Coffee, Mr. Grant.
And I need you to sharpen up a bunch of pencils, too.
Mr. Grant,
And I want you to present your idea for that WJM News Magazine show that you want to do.
Eye on Minneapolis? Really, Mr. Grant?
Really, Mary? And I'm going to tell the station owner that Mary Richards is the best associate news producer I've ever worked with.
Oh, Mr. Grant.
So I'll see you at the station bright and early, Mary?
Yes.
Good night, Mary.
Goodbye, Mr. Grant.
Who was that, Bill?
There is no Bill. There's only Mary. I'm sorry I woke you, Ted.
Oh, God. That's all right, Mary. Same here. I was thinking about that Eye on Minneapolis show that I'm going to anchor. Why couldn't we call it Ted Baxter's Eye on Minneapolis?
Ted, I don't think Mr. Grant would approve that.
I'll just beg him until he gives in. I'll just go, oh, come on, Lou. Please, please, Lou. Please.
At 33986.
Hello? Yeah? What?
That is the feature that we find ourselves in right now.
Brought to you by BlockFi,
Well-
your Bitcoin representative.
No, brought to you by.
Oh, is it time?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought you were doing a thing, but no.
Oh.
I can
Doing a thing.
like a timpani or something.
Here, let me do this instead. How about this? See if you can guess the band. All right.
I know who that is. Carrie was just mentioning yesterday how beloved this band is here in Utah, and they're coming back because they know you love them. 311 at the Union, October 5th with AWOL Nation. That will be a great show. Tickets go on sale this Friday. Or you could win some now from us. Now, don't just call to win tickets. We're doing Hello, Yeah, What? So you have to bring something else to the table if you want to try to win these tickets. 877-602-9696.
Local band 311.
AWOL Nation is really good,
Yeah,
too.
they are.
Yeah. 311 isn't local. They're not from Utah. No, they play here so often it's like they are, okay?
And they come here because you love them, and they're
Yes.
coming back.
People go and see them. All right. We'll continue.
Hello, yeah, what?
Right now on the phones. Let's begin with CJ. Hello, CJ.
Hello, yeah, what?
CJ's called us before.
Hi, lords and ladies. That's right. We are finally at performance time for Drunken Shakespeare.
Yay! Tell us about it.
Yay! All right. We open up this Friday at the Alliance Theater down at Trolley Square. It's just on the west side of the old spaghetti factory. I know all you Utahns know where that is.
Yes.
It'll start at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $20 either online or at the door. Mad King Productions, SLC. Nope, sorry, Mad King Productions, LC is where you get tickets.
LC.
Now, explain to people what Drunken Shakespeare is.
Absolutely. So we're going to start the night off with our actors on stage shotgunning a beer for everybody. And then we're also going to have surprise drinks brought out through the show that they're going to either have to shotgun, chug, self-sip throughout, and we'll just see if they make it through their lines or not.
Which Shakespeare production are you doing?
We're doing Taming of the Shrew, and we are setting it in the 1970s second wave women's rights movement. It's going to have awesome music, awesome costumes. I mean, it's going to be a good time.
All right, now, CJ, I have to ask you this. When you're rehearsing, do you rehearse sober, or do you rehearse getting drunk as well so that you can kind of do it?
We have our little cocktail hour before rehearsal starts where everybody does get a drink to get used to it. And then we do have them kind of sober up so they can drive home. As we get closer to performances, so this week during our tech week, our hell week, as it's known in the business, we absolutely are going to see if we can do it while we drink beforehand.
This is right up your
alley. It's a lot of fun.
May I suggest setting up cots at the theater so you can sleep it off before you go home?
Yes, absolutely. Don't worry. We've got a fund for Ubers and Lyfts if we need to. We've got carpooling. We've got a cast member who lives down the street just in case. We're definitely getting prepared for that.
All right. Website once more where people can get tickets.
Absolutely. It's Mad King Productions, LC.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, CJ.
Bye, CJ.
Good luck.
Okay. Thanks so much, Lord and Lady. Have a good day.
Good luck with that. All right. Let's go with Tyler.
Hello, yeah, what?
Hi, Tyler.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you calling from?
Right now I'm out in Riverton.
Okay.
Okay.
Just calling to I wanted to promote a restaurant that's new to Utah, new to the area.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Stack 571 Burger and Whiskey Bar.
Say it again.
They're based out of Stack 571 Burger and Whiskey Bar.
Okay.
They're based out of Washington and Oregon.
Okay.
This is the first location here in Utah. We're out in the Mountain View Village off of 134th South.
Okay.
Just great burgers, great whiskey, great beer. We have over 156 different kinds of whiskey to choose from.
All right.
A giant whiskey wall. Just craft burgers, just great food stuff. Burgers that you can't get in the area. So just kind of want to try and encourage people to come and give us a try. We opened up back in April. I'm the sous chef there, and just trying to promote and get business.
All right. Best of luck to you. Sounds great.
You had me at Whiskey Wall.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Come give us a try. Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
See you, Tyler.
I'll even write you a jingle. And after all, you're my whiskey wall. Steph is here. Hi, Steph.
Hello, yeah, what?
Stephanie, where are you?
Hi.
Hi, where are you?
Well, right now, I'm right, kind of by the airport.
Okay.
Doing a temp job.
Okay. All right.
But I wanted to promote a theater to kind of counteract the first boner today.
It's Dueling Theaters.
Can you
here.
back off your phone just a little bit?
Let me see if I can. Hold on.
It's just a little.
There, is that better?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
better.
Yeah,
Much better. Thank you. Yes.
So you want to
Okay.
counteract
Yeah, sorry, you're
the
on
first
speaker
boner.
'cause I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Because, okay, so there's a theater in Kaysville, which is just absolutely fantastic. I love all theater, but this one is really special because it's got an actual mission. And their mission is to bring hope to families by battling cancer through the performing arts.
Okay.
It's called the Hope Box Theater. They open a show. It's not a musical this time. It's just a straight play called Wait Until Dark. It opens on Friday.
It's a very famous
and
play.
this weekend there's a and both casts are phenomenal. The directing staff is fantastic, and a portion of the proceeds for this show are going towards a very special lady who's fighting breast cancer. Her name is Diane Arbuckle.
Okay.
But with each show, they have a recipient, and
I see.
it's just a really awesome theater.
So how can
there's
people get tickets?
Go to hopeboxtheater.com.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
And I get to usher half the night, so hopefully I'll see you guys there.
All right.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks, Steph. Good luck.
You could usher the whole night if you want.
No, we have to take turns.
Well, I mean, I can, just not all of the nights of the performance.
Oh, I see.
All right.
Anyway.
Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, Steph.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks, Steph. Let's go to Jolie. Jolie.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. Where are you calling us from?
Hi.
Where are you?
I am in Taylorsville.
Okay.
Yeah, calling to wish my husband Jason a very happy 15th wedding anniversary.
Aww.
That's so
We're
sweet.
both long-term FOPs, and we listen every morning. I am in one bathroom. He is in the other, so hopefully he's hearing this.
Would you like a pair of tickets to 311 as an anniversary present?
That would be phenomenal. 311 is actually one of our favorites also, so very kismet. Awesome.
I feel compelled to give that to you right now. So.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
anniversary.
you.
I hope you have at least
Thank you,
another.
guys.
I hope you have at least another for a couple of years.
If this first week of out of school for kids doesn't kill us, I think we'll be good.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Hang on.
Hang
Why are
on.
you underfoot?
Hang on, and we
Go
will
play.
get you. Go play.
Get on your bike and don't come back until dinner.
Zane is here. Hi, Zane.
Hello, yeah, what?
What do you want, Zane?
Good morning, Lords. I was just wondering what your moderately priced dream car is.
Your moderately priced dream car.
Do they still sell those AMC Gremlins?
No, they do not.
I could get an electric one of those.
An
That would be
electric
great.
Gremlin?
Yeah, electric Gremlin.
Yeah.
I would have to say so dream car for me could only be moderately priced.
Mm-hmm.
I see
Yeah.
like ridiculous Ferraris and things driving around town, and even if I could afford that, I would never buy one of those.
Exactly.
I would be afraid to park it anywhere.
I've never been an expensive car guy, although I did enjoy driving my friend's Corvette.
I'd like to have a really nice restored, I don't know what make it would be, but a station wagon with wood paneling on the sides, a Woody. You know? I love those.
Yeah.
We had a couple of
much
different
did,
station wagons when I was a kid, and I really liked station wagons.
Okay.
What's your answer?
Oh, nice. I always like Hyundai. Hyundai's a good car.
Oh, they
My
are.
I like
Hyundai
the
Santa
Genesis.
Fe. I had a Santa Fe.
Me too.
I called it the Sweet Santa Fe because it was just.
I loved my Santa Fe.
Just a good car.
And my wife made me get rid of it.
I
She
support
said
the Samurai.
She said it was a cheerleader car. And
What does that
She
mean?
didn't want me to have my Santa Fe, so
You need a more manly car? Is that?
And I went from that to a Mini or a Subaru. I can't remember. Not exactly.
Well,
all right. Thanks, Zane.
Thank
See
you.
ya. Bye-bye. All right. Now, you folks who are calling in for Hello, Yeah, What can stick around.
Hello, yeah, what?
And play Beat Gina. We're going to play Beat Gina coming up after some messages and a song. What is the prize?
Tickets to see Collective Soul September 29th at the Union.
So, Collective Soul tickets at 877-602-9696 if you call and line up to play Beat Gina. Traffic, please.
Let's see, things seem to be improving on all the issues I mentioned earlier. The only thing I have to tell you about that's new is a crash southbound I-15 milepost 270, that's Center Street in Orem, off to the right shoulder. If you see something, you can say something. 33986 is where you do that. Win a Prime IV Hydration and Wellness Primary IV Drip, like Immunity Armor Drip, or the Myers Cocktail. You can text the word hydration to 33986 now to enter to win.
All right, thank you. 877-602-9696 to play Beat Gina for those Collective Soul tickets. Call in now. Let's go. I have in my hands.
Yep.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This list is 25 signs that you have sold your soul to the devil.
Number one, you're in radio.
Yeah.
There we go.
You may not realize, but you have indentured yourself to the devil. And here's how you know.
Okay.
Number one, you care more about what others think of you than what you think of yourself.
Mm.
You're very concerned with your image, in other words.
When I was younger, I used to.
Number two, you've become a chronic complainer, and you blame people for holding you back.
The entire world now? Okay.
That's right. Number three, you are always tempted by money and material possessions.
In
So
this
far, me and the
world,
devil
again.
are like this.
I was going to say, to survive in this world, apparently you have to sell your soul.
I don't know.
Number
I'm
four.
tempted more by naps, really.
Oh, there you go.
Number four, you're a sucker for people who are fake and phony and insincere.
Nope.
No.
I could smell them a mile away.
And they suck me in every time. I don't know what it is. Number five, you're more concerned with fitting in with others than making a name for yourself.
Mm.
I
That make
stand out.
sense?
I know I do.
Number six, you always end up losing in a relationship.
That means that you've sold your soul to the devil?
That's one of the signs.
You're unlucky in love?
It's one of the signs.
Bummer.
It says it means that you're being intolerant of other people and only looking at whatever particular situation is right in front of your eyes.
So you're being an SE boyfriend or an
Yeah.
SE girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Number seven, you have the tendency to be a tease.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
me. That's me.
Yeah.
You're a sucker for punishment.
Uh.
Number nine, you never take any time to relax, reflect, or enjoy life.
And see,
It's a sign
again,
you
that's
sold your soul.
my goal in life.
To be able to do that.
Is to do those things. So
Well, if you would sell your soul to the devil right away, maybe you could do it.
you're making a tempting offer.
Number 11, you're a slave to your addictions.
Mm.
Can't give them up. Number 12, you take more than you give.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're all working toward this goal, aren't we?
Yes.
Let's see. Number 13, you're trying to find something or someone new that can make you happy. No?
No. I thought I have sold my soul to the devil, but apparently I have not.
Number
That's what I'm
14,
learning here today.
Yeah.
you're always worried or unhappy on the inside.
Isn't that anxiety?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 15, you're trying to be as successful as possible.
No. I'm too lazy.
I'm working on that one, so I guess great.
I'm too lazy to be as successful as I could be.
Number 16, you've completely lost touch with the present moment. You just live in a delusional state. You just don't understand what's going on around you, nor do you care.
No, I know too much about what's going on around me.
Carrie,
Yeah.
this one you can't deny.
Okay.
Number 17, you dislike or even hate people.
Yes.
See, this is the first sign that you've sold your soul
So
to the
far,
devil.
this is the first one.
Great.
Okay. Number 18, you're always trying to live up to other people's expectations of you. I
Well-
don't think that's the case for you.
I'm just Sue and the dogs.
I think I'm always trying to live up to everybody's expectations.
I have a sticker that says, "Be the person your dog thinks you are."
Number 19, you fear looking your worst, which is why you dress, act, and look nothing like God intended you to.
Which church made this list? by
Yeah,
the way?
exactly.
A
This is-
texter just asked that question,
This
and
is a list, I think, from a psychic website.
I'm beginning to agree.
It's from a psychic website.
Hmm.
Number 20, you're willing to trade on your own self-respect, regardless of the consequences to your soul.
No.
In other words, you'll demean yourself just to get ahead.
No.
No.
Number 21, you love to talk about other people's lives and how much better your life is than theirs.
Oh, there's that, yes.
Continuously.
Yeah.
Number 22, you are obsessed with being in control of every situation, no matter how trivial or inconsequential it might be to you in the long run, Carrie. Huh?
No. No.
No? No? Okay. You're not obsessed with being in control of every situation.
Not every situation,
He
no.
was the
You're
kid that
willing
put
to
his
just let
name.
things go.
He put his name on the art project and said, "I helped."
Yeah.
Number 23, you've been accused of saying, "I knew I shouldn't have done it," after doing something naughty like, fornication or gluttony or greed.
Again, which church made this list?
No, it's psychics. I'm telling you, it's psychics. Number 24, you have a tendency to be dishonest and to lie often, even when it's not necessary. I know people like that.
I do too.
Well, you're in radio. Of course you do.
And then finally, this one, you never feel good enough.
Anxiety again.
You never feel good enough. Now, and then it says here, can a psychic help you with this stuff?
Oh,
You see?
great.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all a scam.
If you want specific advice on your situation, it can be very helpful to speak to someone with special intuition.
Special
And then-
intuition.
Yeah.
And then it says there's something called psychic source that you can turn to.
It was either a religion or psychics or some other
Yeah, it's
thing
psychics.
that's come up with this.
And then
There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there about suddenly you can play the guitar amazingly. There's
Yeah.
nothing in there.
Yeah.
No crossroads mention.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
Nothing, no smell of sulfur, nothing
Yeah.
like that.
What is this?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, here's a texter. If you don't believe in the devil, this is just a list of being a crappy person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Or living in the world we live in today.
So there's a link here. It says you can click this link to find help. And it directs you to something called Love Psychics.
Oh boy.
And it says you can get a reading for as little as $1 per minute.
Of course you can.
$1 a minute?
$1 a minute.
Wow.
That adds up, doesn't
That does add up.
Except, now here's...
Especially if it's a slow-talking psychic.
It says 100% satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Sure.
Okay.
That's what it says. There are pictures of these psychics, these love and relationship psychics, and they're all very nice-looking people.
Oh, surely they wouldn't rip me off.
No.
Not at all.
I don't think so.
They look too good.
They're soul readers, right?
Rochelle, Jenica,
Jenica.
Sapphire, and Fabiola.
Fabiola.
Yeah.
Love it. I want her.
Fabiola's the older one.
I want her to read. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want her to read mine.
That sounds like a female wrestler's name,
And
doesn't it?
Jenica must be the youngest one.
No, Rochelle is.
Rochelle?
I would
Okay.
think. Yeah. Just based on what they look like.
Oh, yeah.
Sapphire's mature and Fabiola's quite a bit older.
Most everything is a scam.
We've hoped you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Boys. But you knew that. 825. Beat Gina brought to you by
Platinum Toys. Escape the world in an immersive galleria of nostalgia. Go back in time, reconnect with the youthful version of your soul at Platinum Toys. Visit their stores in Provo or downtown Salt Lake and follow Platinum Toys Utah on social media.
Very cool store. Very cool.
If you listen closely, you'll hear her motor revving. That's because Gina Barberi is gearing up to cut her latest opponent down as we play Beat Gina. I'm Johnny Ola. And because today is National Drive-In Movie Theater Day, why not join us for a gala all-color 5-feature Dusk to Dawn show at the Startop Drive-In Theater out on Old Highway. The action starts as the sun goes down. A southern town turns into a time bomb as Frederick March, Jim Brown, and George Kennedy star in Tick, Tick, Tick. Then, most men want to love her. One man wants to kill her. Raquel Welch in Flare Up. The action continues with Glenn Ford in Day of the Evil Gun. And then Raquel Welch is back with Robert Wagner and Godfrey Cambridge as they try to pull off the world's sexiest robbery in the biggest bundle of them all. And you'll want to stay awake for show number 5, Vampire Killers.
Wow.
And remember, during intermission, visit the Star Top Drive-In's famous snack bar. Kids under 12 are free tonight at the Top Star Drive-In. Movies from the comfort of your car.
Sounds great.
And now, the star of the game show world is ready to run the show. Presently, and presenting the world's most respected and feared game show host,
Wow.
Carrie Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
All right, the randomizer has chosen a contestant. You will be competing against Steve today, Gina.
Hi, Steve.
Hi there, Steve. Steve?
Steve?
Oh, there you are, Steve. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, there's Steve.
Hi.
All right, hi, Steve. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, Steve? You call.
I'm going to say heads.
All right, coin toss app says tails, Gina Barberi.
Well, I'm one step closer to winning, and you're a step farther away from getting those tickets to see Collective Soul September 29th at the Union.
Well, that's okay. You can go to the drive-in with me tonight.
Okay.
But, so if Gina beats you, what are you prepared to do in her name, Steve?
I'm going to donate $50 to the Road Home Shelter.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. We got potpourri trivia because we were having some technical issues yesterday. But don't worry, I have plenty of leftover questions, unused questions, sitting in a stack right here. So, let's begin. First question for Steve, some leftover Brady Bunch trivia.
No, for me.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
All right, you go first.
Yeah,
Leftover
that's-
Brady
yes,
Bunch
they did
trivia.
Gina.
That's right, Gina. What was Carol Brady's occupation
Okay.
on the side, other than housewife? What did she
Yes.
do? Was it 1, freelance writer? Was it 2, tutor? Was it 3, firefighter? Or 4, spokesperson for Wesson Oil?
She had Wessonality, didn't she? But no, that was not Carol Brady. Was she a freelance writer?
Wow.
That's 1 point for Gina.
Impressive.
And she did have Wessonality,
Yes.
I believe.
Steve, what was Mike Brady's occupation?
Come on, that's an easy one.
Was it 1, he worked at a butcher shop? 2, worked at a clothing store called Mervin's? 3, ant farm designer? Or 4, architect?
I'm going to say 4, architect.
Very
good, Steve. That's 1-1. Now back to Gina.
All right, Gina. What did Jan put on her face to try to get rid of her freckles? Was it 1, salt? Was it 3, lemons? Or 2 lemons? Was it 3, sulfuric acid? Or 4, the family cat Fluffy?
It was lemons.
Lemons is correct.
There
Wow.
you go.
Didn't
2 to
work,
1.
did it?
Steve, you want to try and tie this up now?
All right, Steve, let's go. Let's get you some Steve Irwin trivia.
The crocodile hunter.
Crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin trivia.
All right.
All right, Steve Irwin. Oh, Steve Irwin. See? Irwin was such an adventurer that he discovered what? He discovered what? Was it 1, a new phenotype of Northern Lights cannabis indica? 2, a new species of crocodile? 3, a new species of turtle. Or 4, he discovered that the tiny toe beans on cats are actually microphones because the liberal media is listening to what you want to order for lunch.
I mean, he's the crocodile guy. I'm going to say the crocodile one.
Yes.
That be?
Oh, you'd see
that would seem logical.
A little bit of misdirection there.
Should I just wrap it up?
Yeah.
Well, Gina, yes. No, give the wrong answer. Let's prolong this by all means.
Turtle.
Yes, there you
correct,
go.
yes.
I'm sorry, Steve. Gina has won the game.
Oh, Steve.
I'm sorry.
Wait, don't go, Steve.
Don't go yet, because I can't use these collective soul tickets. I'm not allowed to win them, but you certainly can. I'm going to give them to you September 29th at the Union. Hang on the line. Katie will get some information.
Listen, all right. I gotta get home and jiggle the handle.
Okay, thank you. All right, Big Boy News and Opinioendo now, brought to you by
Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialist, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates. Located at 33rd South, 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Still running around.
Holocaust survivor. Turned Israeli soldier. Turned quick-witted sex therapist. Has indeed a remarkable life story that's inspired millions of people around the nation. And as she turns 95, one potentially pivotal conversation still stands out in her mind. The time that she helped convince then Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton to run for the White House.
I need you to use condoms. That's what she said.
Westheimer says it was thanks to her and some other smart people that Clinton ultimately decided to run for president in 1992. I reminded him of a recent event many years ago in Arkansas. I saw this handsome, tall man, and I said, "You should run for president. I will vote for you." And the rest is history.
What?
As you know. In response, a spokesperson for the office of President Bill Clinton told People magazine, Dr. Ruth has given a lot of good advice over the years, but maybe none better than telling a young Arkansas governor like me.
There's a picture of them together at x96.com/live.
Telling me that I ought to run for president.
I need you to use condoms.
And I did use condoms as well. Nearly a year after the two had met in an event, they spent a moment catching up. Westheimer tells people, she just was with him recently at a Serena Williams U.S. Open tennis game. And she says, I won't tell you what we talked about while we were at the tennis match, except that it wasn't about the weather. That's too boring, she said. An Orem man who was arrested for abusing his girlfriend was released and then rearrested the same day for calling her 81 times after agreeing with police that he would not contact her. The 39-year-old man, whose identity is being withheld by ABC4 to protect the victim, was originally arrested Thursday, June 1, after police were called to a domestic violence situation at a hotel. The man allegedly told police it was just an argument, and they could leave before giving too many different stories about what happened. After speaking with both the man and the girlfriend, the man was taken into custody and booked into the Utah County Jail. Police say he signed a jail release that afternoon stating that he would not contact the victim. Okay, we're going to let you go.
Leave her alone.
I guess apparently she wasn't pressing charges, so we'll let you go, but you got to promise not to contact her. Okay. Then he proceeded to call her 81 times.
Wow.
The victim reportedly picked up the phone twice during those 81 different attempts. The first conversation lasted 2 minutes. The other was under a minute long. Man taken into custody again. Police reportedly confirmed the number he had called was the same as his girlfriend's, the number written on the no-contact order. He's been charged with 10 counts of Class A misdemeanor violation of jail release order. And that's sort of serious. I mean...
Yeah.
Well, that's how more serious things can start.
I mean just in terms of a penalty for him. He can face some jail time. My guess is he won't. They'll fine him and give him a big probation period, but they probably ought to put him in jail.
Yes.
And speaking of domestic violence, On January 3rd, Michael Haight told his children that he loved them, that the next day they could all go sledding, and went over some specifics of his impending divorce with his wife, Tasha. The next morning, he shot and killed his entire family. You know that story. And then turned the gun on himself. Newly released video footage obtained by the Deseret News through a public records request gives a window into the Haight's home and Michael's controlling, manipulative behavior just hours before the murder-suicide. The Utah Domestic Violence Coalition was in the process of reviewing the videos Monday and couldn't comment at time of publication, but for people who have seen, some people who've seen the video said it was obvious that he was a controlling monster, essentially.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he took a bunch of video. That's where these came from, was he was recording conversations, sometimes with her knowledge, like it was obvious, and sometimes it looked like he'd hidden the phone somewhere on his person to record.
She says, I have filed for divorce, and he keeps trying to talk her out of it. It's unclear why he recorded this stuff, because I think it's because he just wasn't in his right mind. He was crazy. Some video obtained by Reuters shows a dam in Ukraine partially submerged in water. Reuters was able to identify the location of the videos as the Nova Kakhovka Dam. And apparently, Ukraine, they're accusing Russia of blowing up the dam from the inside in a deliberate war crime. Russia-installed officials gave conflicting accounts. Apparently, Russia, what they mean there, Russia-installed officials, Russia controls that part of Ukraine and has their own government, essentially.
And they're blaming Ukraine.
And they're blaming Ukraine. The Nova Kakhovka Dam supplies water to Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula and a nuclear plant, both under Russian control. The vast reservoir behind it is one of the main geographic features of southern Ukraine, 150 miles long, 14 miles wide. Russia has controlled the dam since early in the war, and apparently, they blow it up just to make
make them look bad.
And it devastates that whole region.
Yeah,
it's underwater now. A lot of animals were drowned. And crews are set to begin the demolition of a vacant Salt Lake City building that caught fire over the weekend, forcing the evacuation of a nearby apartment complex. The emergency demolition permit will allow the building in the area of 220 South 2nd East to be torn down. Well, I guess they probably started on it yesterday. Fire crews battled the fire late Friday and into the overnight hours, continued to fight the fire when flames reignited on Saturday. There was, I guess, a lot of smoke around the downtown area on Saturday, and it filled there was an apartment building next door, and that had to be evacuated. And there's going to be smoke, damage, and smell in those new apartments for a long time to come. And that plane that was flying over
D.C.
D.C. and Virginia, federal investigators trudged through rugged terrain in search of the wreckage from the business jet to try and solve the mystery of why the plane veered off course and slammed into a mountain. 4 people were killed. I still haven't seen anything that's saying who those people were. It was a corporate jet out of Tennessee.
I don't know that they've released that yet.
And it was supposed to, where was it supposed to land? I can't remember now. In New York, I think, Long Island. And so as it was going to where it was going to land, then it veered away and went off toward Virginia and over Washington, D.C. When the F-16s were deployed to intercept it, they said they could see the pilot slumped over the. So he was obviously unconscious, and presumably everybody else was unconscious on that plane as well. And everybody's making a big deal out of the sonic boom too, because you don't hear those anymore. When I was growing up around Hill Air Force Base,
used to hear them all the time.
Yeah, I used to hear them all the time. It was a routine. Pilots enjoyed breaking the sound barrier because it was fun.
Yeah.
And finally there was some and it would rattle our windows, and There's regulations now state you can't do that anymore.
Maverick.
And that's it for now.
Sports weather traffic.
Former University of Utah football stars Alex Smith and Eric Weddle are back on the ballot for the College Football Hall of Fame. They released the list Monday of 78 players and 9 coaches from major college football who are on the Hall of Fame ballot. You know who else is on the ballot? Michael Vick. Don't vote for him. Why is he on the ballot?
Why is he on the ballot?
What?
Because good football player and animal abuser.
Yeah.
So don't vote for him. Vote for Alex and Eric, please, if you would. The Bees tonight, 6:30 game. It's Smith's family night, and you can feed your kids for 50% off regular hot dogs. You get 4 tickets for $20. So take your family to the Bees tonight for dinner and some baseball.
All right.
Weather. Quite warm today. Could even get up close to 90 for a high, and a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Looks like the same pattern continues through into Friday with these kind of possible thunderstorms and warm temperatures, highs in the mid to upper 80s, it looks like, through the rest of the week. Let me refresh this, see if anything new has happened on the roads that you need to know about. We've got a crash, I-15 southbound near Layton Parkway in Davis County. 3 left lanes are blocked. Traffic quickly backing up toward Antelope Drive. Traffic very slow, SR36 in Tooele County. Crash on the left shoulder just before SR36 merges onto I-80. And let's see. Somebody says, took 30 minutes to get on Hill Air Force Base. Yes, there's still slowage to get on the base and apparently hard to find parking once you get there. Those come in via text at 33986. Gracie's open for lunch and dinner, brunch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday till 3 p.m. Enjoy Gracie's patio and live music or watch your favorite sports in high def. Located at the corner of 3rd South. West Temple, must be 21 or older to enter.
All right. Thank you.
Listen to Radio from Hell at Home when you first wake up. Just tell your...
Let's see.
I'm all full of olive juice.
Have you been drinking the olive juice? You're not supposed to.
You can. He's been drinking it out of the bottle.
I think it might help my cold. But
The
by the
olive
way,
juice, really?
if people have noticed I sound funny, I have a little cold. It is not COVID.
And I'll tell you, if I catch a cold because you're being here, I'm going to be very unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
hasn't the rule been since COVID? You really should even stay home if you have a cold.
But I feel bad because I was just gone for.
You could have worked from home.
You got the gear. It's all right. People are placing bets that you're going to call in Monday, though.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine. So fine.
I hope I don't have to call in Monday.
You're fine. We're all fine.
You know, colds are very contagious.
Yeah.
And we're here in a room.
I felt bad about not coming in.
How much worse will you feel when Carrie or I or both of us get sick?
I'll be fine.
I'm not going to get sick. I've gotten crazy about washing my hands to the point where it's almost obsessive. But I haven't gotten sick.
But you're breathing the air in here.
Here, I'll open the door.
It's not going to help because now Bill Riley is going to get his ice and. Oh no, that's at 8:00. Sorry.
Yeah, it's past. Oh,
it's
past.
So.
Yeah.
But this is 9:00 now when people start to file in.
When person starts to
when
file.
Person
when a person starts to file.
One
in.
person file.
Yeah, a person files in to work.
person.
Hey, look, a person's working here. We've been really lucky with
persons
interns, though.
We really have.
I credit Katie for finding the good ones.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, Dawson even came back for a second round.
Yeah.
That's
we
really
didn't
weird.
beat him up enough the first time.
I appreciate the help because they find the questions for Beat Gina, and then I mutilate them.
I really almost don't know what they do because they work just behind the scenes, and Katie takes care of it.
I stay out of it.
They edit things. They post things.
But
answer
all of the stuff that I've been exposed to, when I do notice what they do fabulous work.
I do know that not one of them has gotten me coffee.
Not one.
That's not their job.
Which is very irritating. Well, I know it's not their job, but they could have offered.
They are busy.
All right.
The reason you don't see them is they're busy.
I'll go get my own coffee.
Oh, there's somebody's getting
Somebody's
ice.
running to get me
That's
coffee.
Bill Riley. He's an hour late. You're an hour late getting ice. All right. All right, let's get Dr. Angela. Hello, Doctor. How are you?
Dr. Angela Dunn, our good friend from the Salt Lake County Health Department. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. So great to be here.
Now, listen, I'm going to offer you this option. we could talk about something else if you want to.
I know.
I had a question about whooping cough. Adults are getting whooping cough. We don't have to talk about poop if you don't want to.
But Bill.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
Poop Chat.
It's Poop Chat, okay.
All right.
Okay, I sacrifice a lot for public service, so I suppose I'll do it one more time.
All right. Cryptosporidiosis.
Yes.
I don't like talking about it either.
Poop.
Yep.
All right.
Well, let us have it.
Go ahead.
Give us the poop on the poop.
All right. So important. It is finally summer, and everybody wants to go to the pool and cool off. Cryptosporidiosis is going to ruin our summer if we let it. And so it's a parasite. It's spread in our pools. It's really, really contagious. So when somebody's sick with it and they have some poop left on their butt, they go in the pool, the little spores get into the water, and if you open your mouth underwater, you too will get it. Yeah, and you know what's crazy about it is it's not killed by chlorine.
Yeah.
So to have UV filters in order to actually kill it. Thankfully, I'll put a plug in here, Salt Lake County parks and rec centers are all UV and chlorine treated.
Oh, good.
So you can feel safer in those pools. But I think rule of thumb, something we don't do as Americans is we never wash before we go into the pool. We probably all see those signs and ignore them. But it's really important to get that all off of you and then keep your mouth closed underwater.
Now, you're talking to adults now. How do we keep our kids from being part of the problem?
I mean, what's so important is that, if you've got kids that are sick at all, keep them out of the pool. I think the most dangerous kids, if I can call them dangerous, are the ones in diapers that go into the pool. Those diaper swimming pants don't keep all the poop spores in, and so they can really cause a lot of illness. So please keep your sick kids home. Do not change their diaper poolside. Give your kids lots of potty breaks. They'll probably rather play and poop in the pool than get out. So your job as a responsible adult to get them out of that pool and poop elsewhere. Really important. And if you've had diarrhea or your kids, it's actually important to wait a couple weeks before you go out in the pool because those spores from the parasite, the cryptoparasite, will still be inside you even if you're not sick. So just, you know, even like a fart in the pool can cause people to get really sick.
You know, for somebody who
how am I doing?
For somebody who doesn't like to talk about this, you're doing really well.
And by the way,
very bluntly.
that's my sign off today.
Oh.
If you fart in the pool, you can make people sick. That's my sign off today.
Oh my God!
Oh, it is a PSA for today. I do have 2 little boys, so I've been forced to become comfortable with it.
Second only to stranger danger is diaper danger.
Poop. You know, but it really is. I know we're uncomfortable with it, but seriously, take a shower with some soap before you get into a public pool. It'll really help prevent spreading disease. And of course, always wash your hands. But we do need to get comfortable. You know, some of us, you know, who have had the opportunity to travel to Europe and other places, you know, I was in Iceland. They all strip down before they get into those hot springs. No problem at all soaping up. It's just normal. So if we do that, we'll prevent diarrhea in all of us.
Yeah, and if you've ever had this, I assume it's what you get. Like when I was in Mexico one time, I made a mistake and got some ice in a drink, you know, and I think that's where it came from. And I got so sick, and I assume that was the same thing, cryptosporidius.
You know, that's actually probably a bacteria. So it's E. coli is definitely the traveler's diarrhea. Cryptosporidium is a parasite, so it's actually an organism that lives in you as and you're its host. So it adapts to the way you live. That's why it wants to procreate, right? So it comes out in your poop to procreate. So it adapts to the way we live and procreates that way. So it's a little parasites are my least favorite thing.
Nasty little things.
They are pretty nasty, and it's so contagious. You really gotta, if you've got diarrhea, stay out of the pool until at least 2 weeks after you feel better. Take a shower before you get in the pool. Don't change your kid's diaper at the poolside, and give your kids lots and lots of potty breaks.
Now here's a genuine question from a texter. Are outdoor pools safer because of the UV light from the sun?
You know, that is a great question. And no, you actually need a pretty concentrated UV filtration system within the pool. So it actually is a very specific and costly upgrade for a lot of pools. So it's not common for a lot of community pools to have it.
But you're saying Salt Lake County does have it.
All the parks and recs in Salt Lake County have UV filtration and chlorine.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So
if you're going swimming, do it in Salt Lake County.
Yeah.
It's the place to do it.
Just don't open your mouth.
Well, Dr. Angela Dunn, I thank you for your sacrifice. It's terrible.
I hope you guys do have me back.
We will.
Absolutely.
Oh, we will. But we're not going to let you talk about this ever again.
No.
All right. Thank you, Dr.
All right, guys.
Dunn.
Thank you so much for letting me listen.
See you later.
Thank you, Doc. Bye-bye. All right.
I mean,
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
I'm already germophobic, parasiticophobic. That makes me never want to get
Now I've got the icks now because I went to that water park in Hawaii with my nieces, and
I think you're okay.
It was all kids, and
I was at the pool, like the pool out in Murray Park, several years ago. The outdoor pool there, nice, very nice pool. But at one point, I remember just whistles going off and and everybody out of the pool. What's going?
It was a Baby Ruth.
There was a turd in the punch bowl.
So there was
floating around. And then
it's no big deal.
They didn't let anybody back in the pool. I think they closed it, actually, for the day.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
With Dr. Angela Dunn.
I mean, it's important, but yeah, I got the icks. I got the icks.
You're
now.
far enough out from it,
You're
Gary. I
fine.
think you're fine.
Yeah, but water got in my mouth.
You're fine. You're not sick, so.
Well, I got COVID.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a different thing.
I think that's where I got it.
It's Poop Chat on X96 Radio from Hell.
Yeah.
Well, I told you when I stopped doing public pools. I had my scuba mask on, and I went down to the deep end, and right there at the bottom,
looking for change,
a bloody Band-Aid, a Band-Aid just down there, just
floating around.
Yep. I just went, that's it, I'm done. I don't need not even hot tubs at hotel.
Never.
No.
You never found enough change anyway.
No. It's not going to do it.
I haven't put my face in the water at a pool in a long time. Like, if I get in a pool, it's just kind of waiting, it's up to the chest maybe, but the face never goes in the water.
No.
And see, then we talked about getting a hot tub at our house, and then we realized, no, we'd become hot tub people, and we don't.
You don't want to be hot tub people?
Don't think we want to be hot tub people. That's like being boat people.
Well, then you got to invite people over.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to come over in hot tub?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, traffic, Gina, please.
Okay, we have, let's see, folks say I-15 southbound down to 2 of 5 lanes, Layton Parkway. Traffic stopped, having to merge right. Thank you for contributing to that. Yeah, I had that traffic backing up toward Antelope Drive, so thank you for adding to that information that we have. Let's see, we also have incident SR-36 Tooele County, crash on the left shoulder just after SR-36 merges onto eastbound I-80. Feldman's Deli, Utah's authentic Jewish deli with expanded hours, now open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., breakfast till 10:30, lunch, dinner, live music Fridays and Saturdays. More information at feldmansdeli.com.
All right, thank you very much. We will take a break. Now we got some messages and a song. After the song, we're going to play the Boner Recap game. All you have to do is call and tell us who won the boner this morning, and you'll win a fabulous prize. Very easy to do. What is the prize?
The prize is, this is called the Buzz Lovers. This is happening at Leatherhead Sports Bar. Buzz Lovers, Saturday, June 10th. Take a trip back to the 90s where grunge was born. Buzz Lovers bring the image, energy, and sound of Nirvana to life. Tickets online at 24tix.com.
All right. Sounds like a nice night out. All right. So 877-602-9696. Play the Boner Recap. Win the prize. Okay.
It's best question of the week.
Says who?
The schedule says that's what we're supposed to do. Email your questions about anything. Really, anything.
What's today's question?
Radiofromhell at x96.com is the email address. Go ahead and send them in. We actually have one that came in from our event.
Oh.
Good morning, lords and lady. This is a best question. Hopefully something comes from it. If the cute blonde lady sitting by herself in the middle of the theater with a mask on at the 8,000th episode event last night is single and listening, I want to talk to you. I didn't get a chance to and regret not introducing myself. I was in front of you when we were leaving the Broadway, and I held the door for you. Sincerely, the guy 2 rows in front of you on the right-hand side of the theater, sitting by himself, tall with a mustache and a black hat.
Is there a question here? What's the best question?
He's asking if she noticed him and would like to.
No, it's supposed to be a question for us.
I think this is, Bill, what if we make a love connection? What if
I don't care?
What if a year from now we hear we met at your 8,000th episode and now we're happily married?
Gee, that'd be wonderful. Is there a question for us?
What? I thought that was kind of nice.
Well,
it's all about
fine.
Bill.
It's fine.
Let me find a question about you, Bill.
It's fine. It's sweet. It's sweet. What? But it's supposed to be questions we answer. We can't answer that question.
You have another one?
I guess. This is from Carson. Can you tell me more about KJQ? You guys always reference KJQ, and I don't remember the station. To be honest, I was little at the time. What was the frequency? What was I listening to?
Okay.
You're not even letting me. Okay.
They want to know about KJQ. Okay. What more needs to be said there?
Is there more?
That's okay.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. What else is there?
I threw the paper.
No, you get it and tell me what else is relevant there. Go on. What's relevant?
What was the radio frequency? What was I listening to when I wasn't
Got
noticing?
that.
These
Mhm.
shows my parents and brother would listen to when I was little, and I would really like to know more about it.
Okay.
Thank you, Carson.
Okay,
What a-
Carson, here's more about it. We can tell you. I have the most intimate history with KJQ because when I started there, it was in 1980, and it was an AM frequency only in Ogden, 1490 KJQ in Ogden. And I worked there for probably 6 years or something before, and I think, was it 6 years before you came along, Kerry, or was it 4?
I don't know because I
something like
wasn't
that.
there.
Well, but I just said I was in 1980, and you came there in.
I don't remember the exact year.
Right.
That's the thing.
It was probably 86.
I have it written down somewhere, so I.
It was probably, what did you say, Gina?
86.
Maybe 86,
I think it was,
87,
yeah.
something like that.
So, and by that time it had developed, or we had gotten an FM frequency as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an AM frequency, 1490, and then an FM frequency, which was 90, what was it, Gina?
What year you got an FM frequency?
No, what was the frequency?
Well, we had 3 frequencies.
Right. We started with one. What was that?
Was it 90?
Was it 95.5?
95.5?
95.5, 100.7, which is now Bob FM.
Yeah.
And then 92.
102.7, which is now the other
Yeah.
thing across the street. And the way it would work is there was a different frequency in Ogden, in Salt Lake, and in Provo. And if you were driving from Ogden to Provo, this is how much people liked KJQ. They were willing to tune up and down the dial to keep
change the
listening
frequencies.
to it.
Once you went over Point of the Mountain to get into Utah County, it was a different frequency.
So it became hugely popular when we started playing what was called modern music at the time.
Yeah.
Now, when I worked there, when it was just an AM for 6 years, it was really popular in Ogden. Only in Ogden, so it's a small audience. But it did very well. It was always sold out, and we just played top 40 stuff. And when Kerry came on, that's what Kerry and I were doing, playing top 40 music, which which you couldn't compete with.
No, it was hard for a little frequency in Ogden to compete with the stations here in Salt Lake that were doing top 40 as well. And so we struggled and struggled and struggled, and then we got the opportunity to turn the entire station into what was then called modern music. Because there was a group of people who were renting the frequency from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
It's a totally different station.
Completely different station at night.
They bought the time from us.
Which confused everyone, confused their listeners, confused our listeners. And so then we saw the numbers that they were doing, and we went, okay, we should do that 24/7. And so the manager at the time, Tom Greenlee, called them in and said, we want to do this format 24/7. The people in charge at that point said, okay, you're going to have to fire all of your DJs.
Get rid of those 2 guys in the morning, Kerry and Bill.
And Tom said, I'm going to fire all of the DJs except for Kerry and Bill. I need a seasoned morning team in there.
Yeah.
That's the...
And as a listener back then,
yeah,
my friends and I were super skeptical about whether Kerry and Bill could pull off alternative music because we were used to hearing you guys do.
But see, here's the thing: is that I was listening to that music.
Yeah,
that
but
was
we
that
didn't
was the
know.
stuff that I liked. I was listening to it already.
But you won us over very quickly.
It took us about 4 months to 4 months of hate calls and all of that. But then we finally won them over, and
we used to get phone calls like, and I don't think this is the right example, but Kerry or I would say, and now here's something by the Smiths. And somebody would call up and say, it's not the Smiths.
No, it's Talking Heads is what you're thinking.
Oh, that's right, Talking Heads. Here's the Talking Heads. It's not the Talking Heads. You guys don't know anything. It's just Talking Heads. And then they'd slam the phone down.
Yeah. And if we could pivot just quickly back to the question you wanted to get rid of, Bill. People are now texting in. Can we have a singles event soon? Remember, we used to do these singles mixers.
Singles mixers,
so maybe we can do one of those again. If you want to get yelled at about your question, you can email us, radiofromhell@x96.com.
Gina, you read the question.
If you want me to
were
get
done with
yelled
it.
at about a question, you can email it at radiofromhell@x96.com.
You read it. We were done with it. It was time to move on.
REM, what's the frequency, Kenneth? Don't hear that one too often. Good one. Let's see. It's time for the Buzz Lovers Boner Recap.
This is a simple contest.
Yes. We still have a line open. 877-602-9696.
All you have to do is call, and I'll recap the boners for you, the three candidates. You tell me which one of the three candidates was the winner, and you win what, Gina?
Well, Leatherhead's Sports Bar presents the Buzz Lovers Saturday, June 10th. Take a trip back to the 90s when grunge was born. Buzz Lovers bring the image, energy, and sound of Nirvana to life. Tickets, if you would like to purchase them, are at 24tix.com. And we actually have a 4-pack of tickets to give away right now.
Nice.
All right, who do we have to play?
Well, let's see. We're going to start with Taylor.
Taylor, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Fine. Where are you calling us from?
From Taylorsville.
Okay, Taylor. I'm going to tell you who the three boner candidates were today here in the Buzz Lovers Boner Recap. You tell me which is the winner, and you'll get the tickets. Okay, here we go. Number one today was, that notice we gave you about having cancer? Oh, we were just kidding. This is a company that does blood tests, and they can detect apparently 50 different kinds of cancer in before you show symptoms. And they do these blood tests, and they send out notices to about 400 patients, incorrectly informing them that they may have cancer, when in fact they don't. Now, there was no problem with the blood test. It was a clerical error, apparently. But 400 people, they get this letter, oh, my God, I've got cancer. No, sorry, we were just kidding. Boner candidate number 2 was Nikki Haley, a stupid woman who just makes things up. She, of course, running for president. And falsely linking teen suicide and giving a specific number, 30% of girls commit suicide because having to play sports with transgender.
Just making things up.
That's just, there
aren't that many transgender athletes.
There's just nothing to that. And then boner candidate number 3 is, hang on, I got to click there. The bigger, the better, mate. A bar in Australia. They canceled it, but they offered free drinks based on bra sizes. The bigger the better, mate. You have a C cup, you get 3 free drinks. Take off your bra, ladies, and come on in. Those were the 3 candidates. Who was the winner?
Okay, let me see. I've been running around a little bit at work, so I didn't really get to hear, but is it number 2?
It is. In fact, it was number 2, Nikki Haley. Congratulations, Taylor. You get those tickets. Way to go, man.
Nice.
All right.
Sweet, I'm excited.
Hang on the line.
Hang on, and somebody will come on and tell you how to get them.
All right. Nikki Haley.
She's not a threat.
Her husband's a doctor, you know.
She's not a threat, but
well, I think
you put that stuff out there, and because she says it, people will think it's true.
That makes her a threat.
And it's all false. All of it is false. The stuff that they're talking about these days, it's all false.
It's fascinating, though. It is fascinating that apparently people have gotten to the point where you can just lie, and you just. I'm just going to say something. Donald Trump probably won't run for president anymore because he's got syphilis.
I'm likely to believe that, though.
He's got syphilis. I've confirmed. I've had it confirmed through certain. You just say stuff. You make it up. It's just absurd.
Well, what's the one that Ted Cruz said this morning was they're going to indict Trump only because they hate him.
I mean, that's a side benefit.
No, they're going to indict Trump because he committed crimes.
Yeah.
I don't think Jack Smith has feelings for Donald Trump one way or the other.
I don't think he cares. He's all about, the law was broken.
Let's see if the law was broken, and if it was,
you lied. The law.
Let's do something about that rather than ignore it.
No, we're not chasing him down because we hate him. He broke the law.
I mean, taking things like, it's just such simple things, too. That hurricane map when Trump was president.
Perfect.
And he said something about the hurricane had affected these other parts of the country, and they said, well, the hurricane didn't go there. And he said, yes, it did. And he drew a big circle on a map and held it up to the camera.
Right there, yes.
Or when he said, okay, you've all been after me to release my income taxes. Here's all of my tax documents. And he had this giant table of notebooks. And when people looked at the notebooks, they were full of blank pages. There was nothing in them. We just make things up.
Guy in the chat room, defund the FBI. They keep catching us in our crimes. That's exactly what they're saying.
That's
basically.
why they don't want the IRS agents.
They don't. Yeah, they don't want IRS agents because, the IRS. If you have more agents and you put more money into the IRS, they're more likely to go after our rich friends and donors.
That was one of the things in the debt ceiling negotiations that the Republicans initially wanted to do was defund the IRS.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't want to just get rid of it. They just wanted to have fewer agents.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to get rid of that previous increasing the amount of agents.
Yeah, which, all it did was just hire people that would just help to do the jobs. I mean, apparently the wait time, if you call the IRS, the wait time's like an hour or more. And then they hired these new people, and the wait time went down to like 15 minutes. Oh, good.
Well,
anyway.
Doesn't make
All
sense.
right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. Big boy news and a pinuendo coming up. Stand by for that.
Utah Word of the Day is brought to you by Bullfrog Spa's Clearance Center, now open in Midvale. Save thousands on hot tubs and outdoor furniture just off 72nd South in the Winco parking lot. A temporary clearance sale that ends soon.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day, and today's word is...
Jewelry. Jewelry. Jillery. Jewelry. And here with another fine example of how the word is used are those two sturdy Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand, to use the word jewelry in a sentence.
looking pretty sturdy today, LeGrand.
I'm not feeling really sturdy today, LeVar. A little Metamucil will take care of that.
That's right.
Hey there, LeGrand.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah. Huh?
I hope this isn't a personal question.
Well,
But what did you get your wife for Mother's Day, if you don't mind?
well, not at all, LeVar. I got her some fancy jewelry. My wife's always loved jewels of all kinds, so I let her pick out what she likes, and then, she lets me pay for it.
Ain't that the way?
Yeah.
Would you get her like a ring or something?
Well,
With a Jill on it?
well, yeah, she got a necklace with jewelry.
They say jewelry is the way to a woman's heart.
Mm.
Who's your jiller? Who do you go to?
Well, I mostly just go to this one place. I done it for a bunch of years because an old friend of mine, and he's also my cousin, works at this jewelry store.
Well, what store is that?
Well, it's a tradition. I always buy my jewelry at Zell's.
Zell's, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were still around.
No, Zell's is good, and my cousin's buddy is working there for many years now, and they have a big Mother's Day sale down to the Zell's.
A what?
A big Mother's Day sale.
Oh, Mother's Day sale at Zell's.
Down to Zell's.
Oh, so you get a good price then at Zell's.
Never fails.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
Not Snuffy and Guffy.
No, nope.
Or text us at 33986.
All right. Let's see. It is 9:19 right now. Bill, all those leftover news stories, present them, please. News brought to you by...
Blue whales are the largest animal that has ever lived, even bigger than dinosaurs. Take an adventure of a lifetime and discover a long-lost blue whale pod in a remote corner of the ocean with Blue Whales 3D, now playing at Clark Planetarium. Visit clarkplanetarium.org for showtimes.
Tragedy.
Oh?
She was one of a kind and original. She will be missed. Norma Hunt has died. Norma Hunt, 85 years old, the second wife of the late Kansas City Chiefs founder, Lamar Hunt.
Oh, they own, yeah.
And the only woman to attend every single Super Bowl to this point.
Really?
Has died. She was 85. The Hunt family, which still owns the franchise, announced the passing of the Chiefs matriarch in a statement released by the team on Sunday. No cause of death given. She was 85. Norma Hunt was among the few to have attended every single Super Bowl when she was present for the Chiefs' 38-35 victory over the Eagles February 12th in Glendale, Arizona. Lamar Hunt, one of the founders of the AFL and a force behind its 1970 merger with the NFL, died back in 2006. Norma had two sons, Clark and Daniel, closely linked to the Chiefs franchise through her charitable work. Clark Hunt became the chairman of the franchise after his father's death and has become a leading voice in NFL ownership. Mom was steadfastly devoted to her family and fiercely passionate about her family's sports teams, the Hunt family said. She was by our father Lamar's side every step of the way, and she was the only person we knew who rivaled his love of sports. The two of them found such joy together, whether at home or in stadium stands around the world. Well, there's pictures to go with this.
What?
The headline is Stunned Nurse Catches Witches Holding a Carcass-Eating Ritual on Security Cameras.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep. These witches in Canada must have been very hungry. A Canadian nature lover's attempt to capture wildlife on camera backfired terrifyingly after she inadvertently documented what appeared to be naked witches eating a deer carcass at night right by her house.
This is not a thing.
You should, the pictures would tell you different. Social media posts depicting the alleged deer-munching coven are currently blowing up online, with viewers speculating the nighttime noshers were conducting some sort of satanic ritual.
Or she's in on it.
I don't know what the heck was up with this. Karina Stanhope told Kennedy News of the spine-tingling sight. It really freaked us out. It's not something you see every day, that's for sure. The Powell River native had reportedly been riding one of her horses when she came across a dead deer in her garden. While most might have turned their nose up at the sight, the mother of three and her grandpa, Bob, decided to set up a camera to see if the carcass would attract any critters at night.
Do you know what, though? I'm looking at the pictures we have available.
Okay.
And there's the grainy picture of the witches, supposedly. And then there's a picture of this woman. Now, the pictures of the supposed witches just have dark hair in front of their faces. This woman's got long, dark hair.
I'm not buying it.
I think this is her, and she faked this whole thing for...
You probably don't believe in Santa Claus either, do you?
She faked this whole thing so Bill Allred would talk about it on the radio.
Well, and no, she gets clicks and attention.
I don't buy this for us.
Many social media commentators think that it's a prank.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good one, though. I mean, it's kind of funny.
And I know for a fact that witches don't eat dead animals.
No,
that's not part of the deal.
You know that for a fact?
I know that for a fact.
At least 8 states this year have decided to seek federal approval to extend postpartum Medicare or Medicaid coverage, leaving just a handful that have opted not to guarantee at least a year of health care for women during that critical period after pregnancy. The new states on the list include Montana, where lawmakers in the recently ended legislative session voted for a state budget that contains $6.2 million in state and federal funds over the next 2 years to extend continuous postpartum eligibility from 60 days to 12 months after pregnancy. That would ensure coverage for between 1,000 and 2,000 additional parents rather in the state each year, according to federal laws. And apparently Utah is joining in that as well. Utah is joining in extending Medicaid coverage for new mothers and postpartum
yes,
periods.
it's important.
So, while it may be impossible to truly capture the beauty of Zion National Park, a program is allowing selected artists to be truly surrounded by the grandness for free. The Artist in Residence program is encouraging artists to apply to be selected for a chance to live and work in Zion National Park for a month during 2024. In total, 2 artists will be selected for the program, with each getting a month-long stay in February and fall of February of 2024 and fall of 2024. Any and all medium of art is welcome. Selected artists will live and work in the park for free during their month-long stay, capturing the beauty of Zion in whatever way they choose. I'd like to do it through dance. Photos of a past project completed through the program show 3D art, paintings, sketches, watercolors, and more. During their stay, selected artists will put on 2 public programs for visitors and are also encouraged to host open studio hours and interact with guests at the park. In other words, you know, you're setting up your easel and painting, and people will come and talk to you and so forth. It's a nice program, I think. Rupert Friend, one of the actors in the super star-studded cast of Wes Anderson's upcoming film Asteroid City.
Yeah, everybody is in that.
No kidding.
Everybody that you can think of is
recently told the Irish Times that there are 3 or 4 hidden things in every single line of dialogue. The English actor compared the script's densely layered double meanings to a James Joyce novel, which is a sign that audiences probably won't want to dip out to buy popcorn and Junior Mints in the middle of the movie. But unlike Anderson's latest offering, you likely don't need to pore over every detail of the newest release from Dogfish Head Craft Brewery. The Delaware-based beer maker has brewed up its own homage to the film called Asteroid City Lager, and it collaborated with the director himself to design the label. According to the Dogfish Head, Asteroid City Lager was brewed with a combination of regeneratively grown Pilsner malt, Tuxpino corn malt, Michigan-grown Super Zazer hops. The beer was then finished with a Pennsylvania lager yeast, which the brewery says is a nod to the 1950s era in which Asteroid City takes place. It's a really cool label. It looks kind of like the movie poster. And, yeah.
When's that open? This weekend?
I don't know. Let's see if it says here.
Soon?
Very soon. Asteroid City hits theaters in New York and Los Angeles June 16th, then a nationwide release a week later on Friday, June 23rd.
All right.
And, I think that's about it.
No, you have time.
Okay, I've got this.
All right.
Researchers have unearthed evidence that members of a mysterious archaic human species buried their dead and carved symbols on cave walls long before the earliest evidence of burials by modern humans.
Is this 6,000 years ago?
The brains belonging to the extinct species known as Homo naledi were around 1/3 the size of a modern human brain. The revelations could change the understanding of human evolution because until now, such behaviors have only been associated with larger-brained Homo sapiens and Neanderthals. Where Homo sapiens and Neanderthals the only branches of humanity that buried their dead. The findings are detailed in 3 studies that have been accepted for publication in the journal eLife, and preprints of the papers are available for viewing from, I don't know what that is, BioRivix. Fossils belonging to the Homo naledi were first discovered in the Rising Star Cave System in South Africa back in 2013. These are very small adults, and they apparently laid their children to rest in the fetal position within cave depressions that were then covered by soil. The burials are older than any known Homo sapiens burials by at least 100,000 years. And they've kind of reconstructed what they look like, and they're very It's almost like a halfway between an ape and a human. It's an interesting. The eyes are very intelligent. Of course, that's a guess, but they found. I mean, they found a number of symbols carved on walls, which they estimate to be something akin to writing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we have time for one more?
Quickie, yeah.
I found more information about your ice bill that made you sick in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. That was my theory. This is what did it.
They've done a study on ice in restaurants and why you shouldn't have it
in any restaurant.
Yeah. This is a compelling reason to avoid fast food ice at all costs. It might be filthy. Studies have found toilet water and ice cubes contain the same bacteria, such as E. coli. So it could have been toilet water ice.
I assume that you'll start ordering your Diet Cokes without ice.
Without ice?
That doesn't happen with the pellet ice, though. That's
Is that right?
Is that what it says there?
Because they keep cleaning those ice machines.
Yeah,
they
over and
clean
over.
them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Weather?
So today, warm, could get close to 90 for a high, and a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Could see some gusty wind as well. And we have this pattern of a chance of thunderstorms and warm temperatures. Looks like going all the way through into the beginning of the weekend.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We're going to be talking beer.
Oh, yeah?
Coming up after these. Stand by.
Don't.
You're listening to All Things Considered Dull and Pretentious on NPR. I'm your host, the Lyman Pettigrew. You may refer to me as Lyman Pettigrew. Our next program is funded by a grant from the Lyman Pettigrew Foundation. Every Thursday, we like to take a look at children's book reviewer, Mongo. We call it Children's Book Review with Mongo. Today, Mongo will be reviewing the timeless classic Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Clement Hurd.
Mongo, Runaway Bunny.
Is that all, Mongo?
No, much more. Runaway Bunny bad. Make Mama Bunny chase after him. Bad Bunny. If Mongo run away from Mama, Mama bonk Mongo on the head. Bad Mongo, bonk bonk. Mongo also hate Runaway Bunny because no color pictures on pages. Mongo like pretty pictures. Mongo hate words.
This has been Children's
Wait,
Book...
Mongo not finished. Bad character development in Runaway Bunny. Mongo not care when Bunny run away. What motivate Bunny? What compelling reason to turn page? Plus, Mongo thinks something kinky going on with Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. Bad book. Very bad.
Now this has been Children's Book Review with Mongo. Coming up next, we look at the explosion of goat cheese making in America's heartland, and later on we take a very, very quiet look at the exciting NBA playoffs on All Things Dull and Pretentious on NPR. But first, this news from parts of the world you've never heard of.
were to go off right now in this studio, it would be a tragedy to the entire Utah beer industry.
We're full of beer
All the
folk.
heavy hitters are here.
Let's these folks from the Utah Brewers Guild are having the Collab Fest again this year with lots of great beer. Introduce yourself, if you would, please.
Hi, my name is Crist. I'm with Level Crossing Brewing Company.
And who else have we got? Who's
Buffalo from Mount West Hard Cider.
Your name isn't really Buffalo, is it?
It is my last name, yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
And who else are we talking to?
Hey, I'm Joey Cardasio. I'm the beverage director with Slackwater.
Hi, how are you? This is a big deal. The Utah Brewers Guild, founded to provide a unified voice for Utah's craft breweries. These are 3 of them. How many are there in total? Anybody know how many total breweries there are?
40?
There are 40 total
Wow.
breweries in Utah.
Oh, my God.
They just exploded over the last little while, it seems like.
The Wild West Collab Fest is June 10th in the Granary District, and it's at the Woodbine Food Hall. Is that right?
Yep.
That's correct.
545 West, 700 South. And of all those breweries, are they all represented in this event?
This year there'll be 36 participating breweries pouring 19 different unique collaboration beers coming from 4 different states: Utah, Nevada, Colorado, and Wyoming.
Yeah. This is I'm always interested in why people become brewers. It's kind of like a calling. You really want to become. You've got to really want to do it, and figure out a way into the industry. What's your story, Chris?
I was a home brewer for about 13 years, making beer with my friends and sharing it with my friends and neighbors and family. And I was a mutual friend introduced myself to Mark Madura, our owner.
Mm-hmm.
He had a background at High West Distilling. So he has a very good business background.
And he believed in you.
He did. He was drinking the first versions of our rye IPA in my garage. He had a great business plan. We drank together, and it was love at first sip. And here we are, about 4 years later.
And Buffalo, what's your story? Where are you? They don't drink a lot of beer in Brazil, do they?
Oh, they drink a lot. Yeah, but mine is a little different. I am a scientist. I finished my master's in cell biology and moved to work here to work at University of Utah. A scientist, and I started home brewing like Chris. And
this is good that you're using your powers for good instead of
yes,
evil.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was home brewer for 2 or 3 years, and then I joined Shades Brewing 7 years ago. Stayed with them for 6 years, and now I'm making cider. New challenge, new liquid, new format.
Cider's really coming on in the beverage industry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We're what. Usually craft brewery was in 2010-11, so ciders are on that edge of explosion.
Yep.
We're seeing pumping cideries all over the country every other week, and Utah is not different. We have a new one that just opened a week ago, the second summit. So it's
Plus, I just like saying cidery.
Yeah.
Cider is that used to be the big beverage in America. That was Johnny Appleseed.
Exactly.
Went across the country planting apples, not for people to eat. It's for people to drink
For
them.
drinking, yeah, for sure.
Damn right.
And how about you, Joey? What's your story?
Hey, so Slackwater's not a brewery. I'm not a brewer. So I'm the beverage director for Slackwater. We have 3 locations, Sandy right around the corner here downtown, and in Ogden.
You got started in Ogden, right?
Right, we started in Ogden in 2011. We expanded since then. But we're a sponsor of the Guild Fest. We're good friends with everybody in the brewing industry, and we serve 300 different beers. So we're big players in the Utah brewing game.
That's a nice facility you've got down there, by the way.
Yeah,
Now,
it's really nice.
People want to come to this thing on Saturday, June 10th. There's a VIP tasting hour from 12 to 1. How many VIPs can I taste? It's I see. It's for very important people to come and taste beer. And then general. Thank you, General. I'll be here all week. General admission 1 to 8 p.m. How do you get to? What are the tickets for the VIP? Can anybody buy those? Or yeah, go ahead.
Yes, they're available for anyone to purchase. There's some fun swag. You get first crack at all these fun new beers that are only being served at the Collaboration Festival 1 hour before the general public.
And then or you can just buy a general admission. Can you just buy in and then drink as much beer as you want, or how do you handle that? Yeah,
it is a ticket ticketed thing, so you have to buy your tokens. And your fee for entrance come with few tokens, but you can buy more as you go progressing towards the end of the festival.
I've never been in this the Woodbine. Is it a big place? Is it huge?
It's nice.
Yeah, very nice place.
It's a great space. We'll be outside, lots of room to walk around, enjoy all the beers and food vendors, and it's gonna be a great day.
Now, how do you get tickets? What's the deal with that?
You can get tickets.
I got it right here if you need. UtahBrewersGuild.org/collabfest.
And there is a nonprofit. What do you? There's some. You're given portion of money to some cause. What is the cause here?
It's a guild.
It's for the guild.
Yeah, it's just support local breweries and education matters, improving quality of the products. Fighting for what we believe is the right thing to the laws. So it's a big organization that will promote, help improving the quality of beers and the stability of the breweries.
And how many different beers and ciders are there going to be?
There'll be 19 different collaboration beers and ciders made just for the event, but every brewery is bringing multiple other brands to try as well.
What is the collaboration deal? How does that work?
So this year we were able to collaborate with almost anybody. So it could be a brewery or a business, or it could have been a neighbor if you really wanted to. So Level Crossing, we did a collaboration with two different people. The first one was the Utah Ale Trail, and the other one is with our friends up at Offset Beer in Park City.
Yeah, and nice thing is the collaboration is getting two breweries sitting together, talking about what do you think this should be a better product, how we can make something fun that probably won't be hitting stores because maybe it's too fun, maybe it's too hard, or maybe it's too expensive to make that in a large scale. But for this specific event, you have so many ideas that you can throw over there and see how people accept those ideas. Like we are collaborating, we are MOS, we're collaborating with the Salt Lake Brewing, former known as the Squatters downtown. Jason Stock and I were doing Tiger's Blood, snow cone flavored cider.
Snow cone flavored cider.
And we're going to be serving on snow cone.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, I need that.
But this is the only place you can get it.
It's the only place you
so
can get it,
you
yes.
have
See?
to go-
This
you
why
have
is
to
the fun part of the collaboration.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, now there's one from Chapel Brewing at Zion Brewery called Finish Your Fruit Loops. I need to try that. I need to try that one for sure.
How much are the tickets?
25 general admission.
And then $5 on the day of if you want to just buy it at the door.
Everything you need to know is at UtahBrewersGuild.org/collabfest.
Is IPA, is that still just the biggest deal? I mean, all of a sudden, a few years ago, you had to have an IPA. That's all anybody was drinking. Is it still, that's what it is?
Still pretty popular?
IPAs are popular, but some nice crispy lagers are very popular as well.
That's my kind of, I don't that little bitter edge that the IPA. My wife loves IPAs, double IPAs, and just give me a lager, man. Give me a nice American style lager.
You're a wuss.
Really crisp.
Actually, no, it's growing. If you look at the past trend of the years, light lagers, hellas, all the kind of lagers are exploding, and quality is going up. So people want to sit down and drink 10 pints instead of drinking 2.
We got a lot of great beers here locally.
And somebody once told me, though, that Hefeweizen is for people who don't like beer. Is that not true?
No,
not true.
Fruited sours, probably.
So it's UtahBrewersGuild.org/collabfest for all the information.
What?
Oh, yeah, if I can just mention real quick, at Slackwater downtown on Friday the 9th, so the day before the Collab Fest, we're doing kind of a pre-party with some out-of-valley breweries.
Oh.
So we're going to have a tap takeover with 6 out-of-valley breweries. Nice. So we're having Helper come in, Zion Brewery, Offset, Ogden Beer, Utah, which is also in Ogden. And then what was the final one? Silver Reef down in St. George. So we'll have some one-offs from those breweries on Friday night.
I had that beer at Helper. That was good.
Yeah, they're bringing their German Pilsner to the to our pre-party.
They're collaborating with Templin Family, so if you're excited for Crispy Boy Lagers, seek out that
That's the
collab.
way. Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I like those. I've had those. Okay, so go to UtahBrewersGuild.org for tickets. Anybody can come to the pre-party. You're invited.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Slackwater's all ages. Even the collaboration fest the next day is all ages.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Good to know. What's your address for Slackwater?
It's just right around the corner, right on the corner of 7th South and 500 West.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks for the beer, too.
We'll crawl towards the exits after these.
We're so sack. We're emo pop punk sack.
Well, have you ever wondered what it's like to sneeze while you're driving 200 miles an hour in an Indy car? Have you ever wondered what?
I would think it would be like sneezing, right?
Well, but think about it. You have to close your eyes when you're driving. Just
Everything
but how far
slows
do you-
down, though. Everything slows down. I think
when you
that's-
sneeze.
No. When you're driving 200 miles an hour, you're so used to it. Everything slows down.
Well, race car drivers deal with a lot of challenges that we all do. We've all, had to sneeze while we're driving. But it's harder to do when you're going 200 miles an hour. IndyCar star Alexander Rossi was recently interviewed about what it's like to sneeze while you're going 200 miles an hour. They also asked him about picking his nose. Do you have to pick your nose while you're driving 200 miles an hour?
I think with the helmet and everything, that's the last thing on your mind.
And that's what he said. He said, well, even if I wanted to, I couldn't get it up there in the helmet.
Gloves, you got the stuff covering your face so that if you catch on fire, you don't die. You got the helmet,
But the trick is to try to sneeze in the straightaway, he said.
Well, yeah.
'Cause
no kidding.
If you can hold it, till the straightaway, it's better. But he said it's scary. You close your eyes for a second, and how far you travel in just that half a second when you close your eyes, it could be disaster.
I heard Danny Sullivan, Indy race car driver, though, talking about, how many laps did they do at Indy? Is it 50 or 100 or something? I mean, they just a lot of laps.
500, the Indianapolis 500.
500, yeah, obviously, duh. But you're going 180, 200 miles an hour for that long of a period of time. And he says everything slows down, kind of. He says, I knew where my girlfriend was sitting. And so I would look to find her every time I went by. And then I noticed she was getting very friendly with a guy sitting next to her. He said things sort of slow down, and you get used to it, and you can...
You did good, Gina. I'm proud of you. That's good.
Whoa! Hey!
Claps. Claps. Spell it with me now. C-L-A-P-S. Claps. And now we'll use it in some dialogue, starring as our two Utah men, LeVar and LeGrand. We join the boys now at the Ward Cultural Hall as they take in a revival of the great theatrical production, Saturday's Warrior. As the show nears its climax, LeGrand R. Dunn becomes highly emotional. Again, the word is claps. Let's listen.
Oh, this is such an uplifting show, LeVar. And this is the most uplifting moment in the whole Saturday's Warrior production.
I have to admit, LeGrand, I too am stirred. That girl who plays Julie Flinders has a way about her. She's a nice-looking young woman. I am stirred.
Oh, she found her true spiritual mate. And they're going to have a wonderful life together, and they'll have a big brood of kids, too. No abortions for them. Oh, that evil Mac, that son of perdition, he'll never have influence on them.
A girl like that you wouldn't mind having an influence on, though.
I have never experienced a theatrical moment like this before, LeVar. I think I'm having some palpitations.
I, too, am experiencing some palpitations, LeGrand. I wonder if the girl playing Julie's single.
I'm feeling faint, LeVar.
Grand?
Everything's going to gray.
You okay?
I think I'm gonna collapse. Oh, I'm gonna collapse. Help! Catch me, Lamore. I'm gonna collapse. LeGrand, get up. You're embarrassing me. Wake up. Oh, my heck, he's out cold. Somebody call a paramedic. Is there a doctor in the house? Anybody know CPR? My friend LeGrand said he's gonna collapse, and he did. He collapsed. Somebody help. Wake up. Wake up. Lavore, get help. Don't let me pass through the veil to the other side. Oh, you just fainted, puss boy.
Well, here I am at 12,887 feet, Tengoshe. The Tengoshe Monastery is here, and 5.5 hours on the road to Tengoshe today. The first part of the walk, I'd say the first 3 hours, 3.5 hours, fairly nice, fairly leisurely. We left Namche, and it was just kind of gentle up and down. And then we crossed the river, what's the name of the river again? Dudakosi River. We crossed the river and had some lunch and then started up. And it was, I'm telling you, it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, up, unrelenting, up to 12,800 and some odd feet. So it's not a walk in the park. Well, it is a walk in the park. This is the Sagarmatha National Park. Sagarmatha is the name of Everest in Nepal. So anyway, I'm on the trail, and I saw my first yak today. You don't see yak down low. As a matter of fact, if the yak go, I guess, below about 12,000 feet, they will die. They can't go down to where we started. And conversely, there are buffalo down below and cows down below, and they can't come up high, or they will die. And there's a great story about the buffalo and the yak. The yak apparently there's no salt in Nepal, and so the yak decided that they would go to Tibet and find salt for the people of Nepal. And when they got to Tibet was so beautiful, they decided they would just stay. And so the cows, and you'll see the cows and the buffalo always looking up, and they're always looking up wondering when the yak are going to bring the salt back. Did that make sense? Anyway, we passed places that were offering fresh yak cheese. I didn't try it. But I will, and yak milk soon to come. Coming up in just a minute, I'm going to talk more about the trek up here and about the rhododendron forest. We'll talk about that coming up.
Again, you knew that. 9:56 KXRK Provo.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
You're a little nervous about what?
Well, so I'm traveling today, and it'll be the first time I've gone out of the country by myself.
Are you just going on? Are you going on a solo walk? One
A
of those
walkabout,
a walkabout,
vision
a journey,
quest.
a vision quest. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find myself.
No, you're leaving tomorrow.
No, today.
Today?
Yeah, in like 2 hours.
Oh, I thought tomorrow.
No, today.
I thought tomorrow too.
I was thinking it was Wednesday after the show.
No,
So when are you back?
Wednesday.
You're back tomorrow. Is that what you're saying?
Confused. All right.
What? So you're going? But why are you going by yourself?
Well, because I'm meeting people that are already over there, so I have to fly by
Over
myself.
there. All right. Well, I think you'll be okay. Just take a big wad of cash and wear something provocative.
There you go. Let's do the promo and get out of here.
Wednesday's Radio from Hell show features the next poll at 7:45.
Be ready to call in and answer the question, what small hill are you willing to die on? The hill I'm willing to die on is glitter should be illegal. It's a menace.
I will die on the hill that meat should never be bald.
I will die on the hill that Love Actually is a terrible movie.
Tell us your hill. 877-602-9696 on tomorrow's Radio from Hell show here on X96.
I thought you've stuck up for that movie in the past.
No, I hate that movie.
It is a terrible movie.
Mm-hmm. All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Fart in the pool can make people sick.
Ooh. Doug is